Yo, what up, kind of funny best friends? Welcome in. It's Mike and Nick with your Game Awards pre-show. How you doing?
Shooter. I'm doing well, Mike.
Good.
I'm doing well. This is the day that y'all look forward to, right? This is the culmination of a full year of fun gaming antics where you guys get to see all of your fun games get rewarded. And I'm very excited for you. As for me, I'm more excited to see the real deal, the important thing today.
One thing.
What's for lunch? Is it a Cane's day?
Tony's!
Is it a Toto's day? Toto!
Toto's!
So we'll see. Mike, how you feeling today?
Nick, I'm good.
Yeah?
You know, just hanging out, relaxing. How about you?
I mean, fantastic. Again, we'll go back into it. I'm doing great. I got this Maker's Mark in front of me, so.
Yeah, you're looking at it.
Mike, here's the thing.
Tell me, Nick.
You hit me up last night.
Mm-hmm.
Are we allowed to talk about this? I don't know how you envision this show going, but this is going to devolve quickly into us just talking about Warzone and Andy big timing us.
We're just going to do the predictions, so yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so let me just explain to everyone. Hey, what's up, everyone? We're going to do some predictions today. It's going to be great. Michael, I'll run you through that in a second. You hit me up last night, Mike. I was working on thumbnails for my incredible Instagram comedy videos that I roll out. Of course, they're so good, ladies and gentlemen. I like to roll one out per year because otherwise the internet just can't take more of it. My comedy. I'm working on it. And you say, Nick, I need you to jump on. I'm streaming. We're playing some Warzone.
Yep.
We're having some fun. And I go, I'll be there in 10 minutes. And I show up an hour and 10 minutes later. And boy, you gave me crap.
You did try to big time me a little bit.
I big timed you last night. And I'd like to issue an apology to you for big timing you.
Thank you.
Unlike Andy, who wouldn't play with us last night. And this continues to big time us and has not apologized. Also, he showed up in a linen suit today. That's a big time move. Nobody told me we were wearing linen today.
Well, you look the best out of the office.
Oh, I always do that.
There's something about you in this black button up that just gets it right.
It's been a thing all day. Because I feel like I'm a new thing that you put in the house and the old dog doesn't understand it. So it's excited by it.
Okay.
But it's also scared of it, but it also kind of hates it.
Yeah.
Everyone's made a comment about this.
Really?
And then I had it unbuttoned a little bit because my stomach's a little too big and it was pushing through.
Yeah.
And Roger gave me a look like, he's like, what are you doing? So I flashed him like, you know, I gave him I gave him a hand signal that I'm not proud of.
What was it?
I threw him a gang sign.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, also, when
you
say unbutton a little bit, are we talking about one button?
Sometimes I like to just button the top and let it be like a painter's smock.
Yeah, it looked like you were trying to do a bit.
No, it's not a bit. It's just very. It's
just like, so that's just where you're most comfortable.
Yeah, I like to just button the two top buttons, and then because what happens, Kevin, is Kevin, do you ever do that thing?
Wasted bandwidth trumpet recital trip.
Hey man, it might happen. You ever do that thing where you go like you get in the shirt for the first time after it's been washed, and you got to give it the stretch as you're getting in. You kind of stretch it out a little bit, like
lot of shame.
Where I'm not saying shame. Not saying it's shame.
No, I'm saying.
Gotta get
when I get in the shirt.
Maybe if I pull it enough, no one will notice I've gained 20 pounds.
Exactly.
I like that, Kev. I do that a lot.
So there's two ways of doing this, Kev. You get in the shirt, or you layer up and you take a couple buttons. Done.
I'm going to be 100% honest with you right now. Unless you're wearing a vest, I think that most people are noticing that.
I think it looks cool, though. I liked when you walked into work looking like that.
I mean, it's okay if that is how you are. Also,
this is a jacket.
Buttons?
Yeah, it's a jacket.
That's a jacket?
Yeah, it's like a lightweight jacket.
That's a
but
shirt.
I button it up. I'd say it's in that nebulous
I would go with
area.
a shirt.
Yeah.
I'd go with the shirt.
They technically call it a shacket.
I don't think so. I think
I have a shacket.
We both have shackets. And that ain't it, bud.
Shirt jacket.
Well, Nick, I'm happy that we're here today because we're going to go through the Game Awards nominees. We're going to do some predictions. That's the title of today's show, Predicting the Game Awards. So hopefully, everybody's going down to Vegas, putting down their money on your predictions because you predicted college football playoffs, and I hope everybody built out that parlay. And then today, you're going to pick out the Game of the Year.
I'm excited for it.
Right,
now,
I
will say, ladies and gentlemen, of course, if you support us on this channel by giving us either a membership or one of your a gifting membership to someone, or if you want to give us, a sub, every time you sub, I will give you the game-winning pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. One sub equals one game.
So you can know that you're just giving us a little bit of money, and I'm giving you in exchange however much money you want to make. Because if you go to Vegas right now and bet the odds, I have 100% record for being 50% right, 20% of the time.
I hate when you wink at us.
I wink at you, Kevin. There's no.
I love it.
I know what's happening.
It's just for you. I like the wink to go through the camera, out the other side, right into your soul.
There it is.
Right through the window. Nick, we got some big games here. Game of the year with 5 big nominees. Make it 6. Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth, Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Earth Tree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor. How you feeling about Game of the Year?
Give it to me again.
Astrobot,
Yeah.
Balatro,
Here we go.
Black Myth, Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Earth Tree, Final Fantasy VII, and Metaphor.
Astrobot, Black Myth, Wukong. I'm going to say something that might be outrageous.
Where's Veilguard? You know what I mean? Come on.
Yeah.
Where is it?
I'm going to say something, and I think of all people, Barrett, of course, who is the most intellectual in this office, will understand me. I don't think any of these win Game of the Year.
Great call.
I concur.
I don't see it. I don't think any of these got it.
Remember when you said the other day that you were the Barrett of this organization?
Yeah, I am the Barrett of this organization.
What does that mean?
The glue.
I'm the Barrett of this organization. Okay. Andy's the Mike of this organization, obviously. Joey's the
that.
Tim. Kevin's the Greg, and Greg is just on a hill all of his own.
Yeah.
Who's the moosh, though?
The Moosh last night. Can we talk about Nugget?
Tell them about Nugget.
Can we talk about Nugget? What's happening with you? Where'd the energy go? You had great energy today.
I had a lot of great energy.
What's going on with you?
Energy. We're predicting the game of the year. I'm giving the people. Giving the people.
First prediction was none of these are going to win.
There are
I
garbage.
appreciate
Which,
that.
I would
just
say,
so you
okay.
know, is the
Yeah.
opposite of a...
Let's see here. I'm probably gonna give it to Black Myth Wukong.
What, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Seemed like that was the
Controversial
one.
one, but an exciting one. A lot of people liked that game. A lot of people played that game. We'll see how it goes.
People like new shit.
Yeah.
They like new shit.
New shit.
They're intrigued by the new. Okay. Elden Ring, Shadow of the Earth Tree, elevated DLC, whatever.
Where'd he fall in the
for
DLC
you.
vibe?
It's
Nick?
not a real game. Shouldn't even be nominated.
Shouldn't even be nominated.
That's like an extended scene from a movie. What are you gonna do? Oh, we had some extra scenes from Dune 1. Let's throw it in the next year's Academy Award because we just re-released them. Get out of here.
Damn.
Same game.
That's
Same
crazy.
game. Final Fantasy VII. I mean, obviously, there's been 6 that came before it.
Well, isn't that like DLC too? Because it's just a remake of a game.
It's a remake. What are we doing?
And it's part 2 of 3
Should be
remakes.
disqualified if you're DLC
Wow,
or a
okay.
remake. I'll say that right now. Metaphor. I heard y'all talking about that. I have zero understanding about that.
A lot of people saying on
Balatro,
business for Metaphor. A lot
I
of
don't know
people
what
saying
that
it's a
game
great
is. And Astrobot. They took Roger away from us for a while.
Oh, yeah, it did.
You know. And how do you feel about that? Are you happy that they took Roger and Blessing to Japan? Our two best
No,
friends?
it only added up to his like 3.5 months of being out the office. You know, I wasn't happy about it. That's right. Let's talk about Nugget.
Let's talk about Nugget.
Let's talk about your game of the year, Nick. You know what? That's what people really came here to see is what does Nick Scarpino want as the game of the year? What do you want to recognize as your game of the year? You've played so many great games this year. Alien Isolation,
Terrible.
Fossil Fuel 1 and 2,
Hotness.
Zoocosis.
Wonderful time with it. We did the theme park game that I loved.
You did? You said you built a zoo?
Killed all the animals in the zoo.
Yeah.
And then-
25,
That's what
Oh
people
no,
really
Kevin,
wanna
you missed
know,
it when
by the way.
we built a theme park and people kept getting stuck on rides and they were complaining and throwing up.
Man,
That was again during the great Kevin. What's the
paternity
word?
leave, I think is the word you're looking
No,
for.
I'm looking for something more grand than that for you being gone. No, like what's the opposite of a renaissance? Like what's like a
Yeah.
void in our lives that's now filled with Kevin being back?
That time.
The great Kevin Canyon.
There was a hole in my heart that missed Kevin's because he brought a certain je ne sais quoi to the
What
office.
Kevin does for the office is this. Everyone's just milling about, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, stewing in their own juices, so to speak.
Yeah.
Good.
And Kevin comes in and he stokes the fire. He goes, "What the fuck are we doing for lunch? What's
Exactly.
happening?
And you
Everyone,
know
get
what?
your heads in the game."
Kevin, I needed that from you. Kevin, hit the standby. Run this back really quick for me. Count me back in. Let's do it right this
what is
time.
happening? With
Okay,
you?
let's run it back. Kevin, hit the button. What's up, everybody, and welcome to your super serious, not so serious, kind of funny Game Awards pre-show with the one, the only Snowbike Mike and my main man, Nick Scarpino. Nick, You are
Mike.
looking fantastic today.
Mike, thank you so much for having me on this show. As you guys know, I'm the biggest fan of the Game Awards. I'm the biggest gamer in the office, so I cannot wait to tell you all of my incredibly important, well-informed, and hot takes on what should be and should not be winning at this year's Game Awards.
And that's why you and I are at the table today, because they brought the two biggest gamers in the office, and they said, you two, go out there and host the most important pre-show of the year. Bring the energy for the people, and give them the downright picks of the day.
That's what
and
I
that's
wanna
why
do.
you and I, we're going to go through some Game Awards predictions. We're going to pick some games that we think will win some certain categories, but we're also going to have a lot of fun.
I'm already
Okay?
having fun, Mike.
No, we're going to have some fun. And Nick,
Okay.
I want to talk about fashion. Let's kick this off.
Sure.
Of course, I'm wearing my my most expensive sweatshirt, if I do say so myself, my most expensive sweatshirt for the big day today. You are looking stunning in this black jacket.
Thank you, my friend. I enjoy wearing it. It's like windbreaker material.
Yes.
And it keeps me warm in this office so that I don't have to continue to drink hot coffee. Now, a lot of people have said, hey, Nick, you bought Blessing a tea kettle. Why don't you just make decaffeinated tea
Make it
for yourself?
Yeah.
And I don't have that kind of time. That's shit that the Brits do.
Interesting, because you made tea last night at 11:55 p.m.
Yeah, I did. I sure did. Mike.
Yes, you did.
Thank you for sharing that with everyone.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Now,
You
to
and
be
I-
fair, the tea was already made, and then I just went back to the little hot water container and got more tea out of it, which is good.
Kevin, I want to give a quick shout out since we're bringing the fashion shout outs in the shout out section of our doc right now. I want to give a quick shout out to someone who's looking great. Okay. This man deserves all the love. Last night, Giant Bomb had the big special couch presentation ahead of the show, and it was 90s themed, certainly 1999. And I want to shout out not only Jeff Grubb for just looking fantastic, but the whole couch throughout the night. Everyone had dope outfits on, bringing it back a couple of decades.
This
Nick.
looks great. Look at
What do you think
Willems.
about
Look
that?
at
How
Willems
fun
right
is
now.
that?
Willems he's getting a little too buff. He needs to back that off a little bit. He's too good looking.
He's so good looking.
You see what I'm
He's
saying?
about to rip out of that t-shirt.
First off, where do you even find like sunglasses that thin? Because this was for everyone that doesn't understand. Because a lot of you people out there are young watching us, and of course you turn to me and Mike as your elder statesman.
Yeah, of course.
To really comment on everything from fashion to politics, and of course we'll be talking politics for the most part for the rest of the day, just like everyone loves. But I will say this, man, the 90s were wild because the fashions of the 90s made zero sense. Like people would be dressing in fur coats like that in the dead of summer in LA, just sweating it out. And then also sun shining down on you, little tiny sunglasses that don't do anything.
I love them.
In the 90s were just a complete and total waste as far as fashion's concerned, as far as I'm concerned.
Can we highlight that guy's denim on denim on denim?
Can we take a look back at this guy?
Denim jacket, denim pants, of course.
Let's see.
But the denim
First off, I'm
hat.
loving this. I'm loving this shirt.
Jeff Grubb
The
looks
denim
fantastic.
on denim is amazing. He does look like a Canadian folk star from the 70s, and I appreciate that.
The whole couch looking great here. Of course, rotating cast, a lot of great, awesome people. Go check it out. Giant Bomb ahead of the Game Awards with a very fun Giant Bomb at night. But I had to highlight the guy. I had to highlight the dude, Jeff Grubb.
Yes.
Because every time I see Jeff, I smile big. And I'll tell you what, maybe it's the hair, maybe it's the unbuttoned top, but it's doing it for me.
I respect that. Is that a Pearl Jam album behind him? I can't tell. This whole set looks fantastic. Good for them. Congratulations, everyone. Good for them.
Now, Nick, of course, ahead of the fun stuff, we talked about Andy Big Time and us in the full linen suits. What's up with that?
So, little pull behind the curtain, everyone.
Yeah.
Pull the curtain aside right now. And this is a fun day for all of us.
Fun day.
Right? We love games here. We've built a business around it. And to honor something that celebrates games is amazing. And obviously, like Tim and Greg and the guys, they go, let's dress up a little bit. Let's bring our A game to this content because it's fun, right? It's like going to prom. It's like going to a school dance. You want to spiff it up and want some smell nice.
Take a nice photo. Yeah.
Okay. I don't get the message because I'm not.
Did
included in
anybody
those.
tell Nick the message?
So everyone says,
they
wearing
sent you a
suits.
link.
They said we're wearing suits, and I said, well, I don't wear suits.
Yeah.
I don't wear suits anymore.
Well, you look good in a suit.
Well,
Wait,
I do look
so
good in
you
a suit.
did get the message.
Well, there was messages.
So I'm so if I'm following.
I didn't get the invite.
Yeah.
I didn't get the actual message. I just heard people saying things like always in this office. I got to pick up on it, right? So I go, I'll wear a little something fun.
Yeah.
I'll wear a little something fun, a little shacket. It'll keep me warm also. Again, dual purpose. Tim comes in, blazer. Looks good. Has some sort of like weird Roman wreath around it.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a vibe.
Yeah.
But he looks good. He looks sharp. Greg, of course, bought his best Temu suit.
Yeah, the ultimate blue.
Just the blue suit from a site that I imagine had to have given him some sort of digital virus.
Yeah.
On all of his phones.
Yeah.
No way he's getting out of that one unscathed. Okay. You buy a suit that blue, right? From anywhere on the internet.
Yeah.
You're getting a Russian bot right in your,
Got him.
up your two hole. So they both look good. Andy takes it up a notch.
Of course.
Comes in head to toe, blue linen suit. Looking good.
Didn't know we were attending a wedding.
I didn't know that we were supposed to go that far. Because nobody tells me these things because they purposely withhold information. Why, Mike? Is it to little time me?
What are they doing to you, Nick?
Or are they big timing me?
Are they big timing you?
Is Andy big timing us right now,
Are they
Mike?
big timing you, Nick? They want you to just wear a collared t-shirt, but they don't want to tell you that they're going to go above and beyond with a 3-piece suit.
I go, Andy, what are you going to wear? Something. Probably a shirt.
Yeah.
I'll probably just wear some Nikes, is what he said. Maybe I'll buy some new Nikes.
Yeah.
And he did this stupid thing with his shoulders. I don't know. Nikes. I don't know. Nikes. Walks in today looking like he could attend a funeral for a drug lord in 1980s Miami. That's how good he's looking
That's
right now.
how good he looks. It's hard to believe that Andy continues to elevate and look better and better every single day. Of course, Kind of Funny best friends, it's a very special day. The Game Awards 2024 is going down, and it's a great day to dress up, stare at your television screen, and watch an award show for 3 to 4 hours with us here at Kind of Funny. So if you dress up in your favorite 3-piece suit, maybe you put on a bright blue jacket, I don't care, tweet at us at Kind of Funny Vids. Let us see your awesome outfit that you're wearing. Maybe it's just a $250 Wolverine sweatshirt that you bought off of Grailed. Let me know in the comments below. But of course, Nick, we got to take a look at the categories.
Let's look at them, Mike.
Kevin, bring up the categories for me. Of course, you take a look. You got a lot of categories, a lot of places to throw the darts.
I'm excited about that.
And I got a lot of fun things for you and I to talk about. So I thought today, let's start off with 2 categories. Let's give our predictions on who we think will win. And then let's go have some fun. But Nick, to first start off, what category tempts you? What excites you?
I want to talk about, of course, something that's near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, tell me.
Best esports team.
Best esports team. You have the knowledge on the best esports teams. Let's jump into best esports team here.
Okay.
We take a look at the squad. Gen G. Navi.
Kevin, could you
Tier
scroll
1.
down a little bit on this? There we go.
Team
so I can see
Liquid.
the names here. Of course, because Kevin, I know the names. I've memorized all these names, of course,
Gaming.
because I'm a huge esports gamer. But I just want to make sure everyone out there understands. Because you might not know who
course.
Navi is. You might not know who Team 1 is. You might not know who Team Liquid is. And of course, the GOAT, Gen G, Gen.G.
Gen.G.
And I got to give it to my guys, Gen.G.
Oh, wow, the Tigers.
Yeah, the Tigers are winning everything.
Okay.
They're taking the full thing.
I like that.
No disrespect to Billy Gaming. They're dope too.
Okay, yeah.
They're great, but that's the second best. No one can compete with Gen.G.
Gen.G. I like that. In the League of Legends world, too. I'm the Rift.
Tough one.
This is what you love to watch.
I love to watch, and of course, you know I'm a retired League of Legends player.
I know you. Little
I did a lot
5v5
of
skirmish is
Oh
what
my
you
God.
love doing.
They used to call me 5v5.
Exactly.
They used to call me 5 of 5 because I was the 5.
They would say, Nick, are you lost in the jungle? You said, no, I'm plotting out a gank.
A nasty gank. I used to call it a sweaty gank. A sweat hard gank.
The sweatiest of the gangs.
Sweatiest of the
Can you
gangs.
tell me a little bit about the Gen G Tigers in League of Legends? Maybe give me a couple player names.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
yes.
some of your favorite players.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
They got a guy named Mike. He's the
That's great.
nastiest, right? He's really like Overwatch, right? He's just kind of up there in the clouds, just watching out. And his nickname's Mother because he gives all the milk to all the rest of the children.
Yeah.
Then you got Steve and you got Phil.
Great players.
Great two.
All great
Well, we
players.
call them the utility players. Those are the guys that are really coming in hot and heavy and just getting it done.
I love
They're
that.
coming off the bench. They're getting those singles. They're getting those doubles. They're just getting base runs to get people around the bases, Mike.
And that's how you win a League of Legends
And that's
game.
how you win a League of Legends. You don't win with home runs.
You have to
win
go
with
around the
base
bases.
Base runs.
And there's 2 other
Ground
players
ball,
on that
ground ball,
team.
ground ball.
But, you know, they don't need to be talked about. They're that
Jimmy
good.
and Jimmy.
Oh, snap.
Yeah,
The
it's hard
Jimmy
because you
twins.
confuse the Jimmy twins. They're
I
not
love
twins. They're
that.
just 2 people named Jimmy.
Okay.
Shout out to the 3,000 people watching. Thank you for being here.
Thank you to the Gen G Tigers out there. We're rooting on them. I
Yep.
like that.
There you
okay. Go back to the categories. Nick, pick another good
I'm going to
one.
say, but let's go for a real one. Best independent game.
Best independent game for Nick
Smack dab in the
Scarpino.
middle there. Let's take a look at that.
Sometimes they call it best indie game for outstanding creativity and technical achievement in a game made outside of the traditional publishing system.
Great.
What do you like here,
Great.
Nick? Animal Well, Balatro, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes.
Nick, have you played any of these
Never.
games?
Kevin, I played all of these games.
You have 50.
How dare you?
Yeah.
When you were gone, I
No,
actually became
Why
an
would
indie.
they-
serious.
I became an indie game.
I think you might like Balatro the way people
Thank
talk
you.
about it.
I don't
know
like
Mike
cards.
liked it.
I don't like cards.
He doesn't like cards.
Oh, it's not that kind of game.
Yeah, but it's got cards in the title.
He
so I
doesn't
don't
like
want it.
stepping up to the table.
I'm not trying to step up to the table.
No.
I mean, I'm going to go with Lorelei and the Laser Eyes.
Okay. Nick, a lot of people want to
Great
know
name.
what is Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. Can you give us just off the title alone the genre, maybe a one-sentence description?
It's a game
Yeah.
where in order to get over your lost love, you have to whittle wood with your laser eyes. Just like Superman would shave with his laser eyes.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
you have to do. It's a game where you get in your feels real hard.
Yes.
It's a game where you cry for no reason. And it's a game that really was very impactful for me personally.
This reminds me of when, of course, X-Men, the leader of the Pack Cyclops, lost Jean Grey, and he had to go woodworking class for a couple of months.
Yeah.
Work through his feelings.
And it also reminds me of when Roger left us to go woodworking every night.
Do you remember that?
And he hurt our feelings.
Really hurt our feelings every
Just
Tuesday
tough
night.
one. Just tough.
Nick, I
Yes.
love these predictions. Chat, you've gotten two good predictions. Gen G winning best esports team, and Lorelei and the Laser Eyes winning best indie, coming from the desk here during our pre-show. But Nick, you know what's not coming anymore? The Venomverse and the Sony cinematic universe is coming slowly to an end. And this Friday, Kraven the Hunter comes out.
Cannot wait.
Nick, I want to take a look at our Rotten Tomato scores for Kraven the Hunter
Okay.
and the whole Venomverse, as I like to
Ooh,
call it.
I love this. Wait,
Okay.
where is... Oh, so Craven's at a 16% right now. Of course, this is not fair to look at, ladies and gentlemen, because the movie hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, and the audience hasn't seen it
We
yet.
haven't
And we
seen
know
it
the
yet.
audience
And
really loves them.
Everyone knows that critics are bullshit and audience members will really matter.
Yeah, but these are all critic scores, though. Like, they're all fair in the sense that, like, they've all been critiqued.
But see, what you don't understand, Kevin, because
Because
you
I
didn't-
refuse to watch these movies.
you didn't work for IGN for 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell them, Nick.
You didn't see behind the scenes every time Sony or Microsoft, Mr. Microsoft,
make
Mr.
things
Sony
up.
would come to the office and just lay a cool $1,000 down on the
He's
desk.
Oh,
making-
shit.
he's making
And they
things
would
up
just
now.
grease my palm, and I'd be like, "Absolutely, sir. You're getting that 10 out of 10 for Uncharted 3. You're
Okay,
getting those
wow.
big scores." I mean, Greg, of course, not never saw the money.
Oh,
of course,
okay.
Right, so plausible deniability from
Okay,
Greg on
okay.
that, but he felt the money slide into his back pocket.
Yes.
because I was the intermediary. On that.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
you can't.
You're
What
that
I'm
middleman.
saying, ladies and gentlemen, is you cannot trust anyone who has an opinion on anything that does it on camera or gets paid to do that. You have to trust the normal human beings that go in here, barely pay attention, and say, "You know what? Not that bad." The people that gave Venom Let There Be Carnage a 58%. Well, actually, those are critics, but I don't know what the audience score was for that. That's got to be what the
You
audience
want me
score
to
now.
find the audience?
Well, that's got to be with the audience score.
He'll take a
right?
look. I mean,
that's a critic
let's
score,
go down the
right?
No,
list.
it's everything, right? It's Rotten Tomato score.
You got Venom 2, 3, and 1 taking the top spots here. Did you think that they would be taking the top spots over
Yes,
Kraven,
Mike, because I've
Morbius,
seen-
and Madam Web?
I have been forced to watch Madam Web and Morbius, and they are movies. They're
Yeah.
movies that are so bad that you have to think the people that made these films knew they were bad while they were making them. You have to imagine the director and the editor were sitting in the room
Yeah.
and just forlorn with how fucking garbage terrible these movies turned out. And then you have to also understand that I had a blast watching them.
That's the problem.
Because they're so bad,
Yeah.
you just laugh at how big of a terrible waste of time it is. Where are we at here?
Remember, Woody was in Venom 2.
So Venom has an 81%
The audience has spoken.
Score. 41% critics.
critics. So the audience is right. What is Craven? What's Craven at?
Venom: The Last Dance.
That's The Last Dance. That's
has
the third.
41, yeah.
That's the final Venom.
Mike, it was seminal. You understand
It
that?
was a big
You
deal.
understand that it built off of two that came before it, and the
Yeah.
emotions were there. I cared about the relationship between Tom Hardy, who acts for the most part like he's an insane person in this entire film.
Well,
I care
he's
about
acting
that.
by
I care about him and his buddy Venom, who is the least charismatic, least fun to listen to character I've ever watched on the screen in the almost 45 years I've been on this planet. I care about them. So it's worth 81%.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so we don't have a popcorn meter for Craven.
Well,
I'll
it's
tell you
not
what.
ready yet. Yeah,
I'll tell you what,
we're
Mike.
still popping.
Next year's Game Awards.
Yeah.
Everyone put this on your calendars. Waste of bandwidth.
Uh-huh.
Brian wins. Triple X 2600. Put this on your calendar for next year. We do this pre-show. We check back in with Craven.
Yeah.
I guarantee it's at 84%.
84.
84% popcorn meter.
I mean, I'm gonna be real with you as a casual audience member. I'm pretty excited about Craven.
Are you coming tomorrow?
He's got a cool outfit. You know what I mean? He's hunting. Who
He's
knows?
Aaron
when he'll
Taylor
get
Johnson.
into it.
Aaron Taylor Johnson is the Taylor Kitsch of actors.
Oh, okay.
Let me explain what I mean about
Yeah,
that. Taylor Kitsch, of course, I'm a big fan of him. Did a movie called John Carter from Mars, did Friday Night Lights, did a bunch of cool stuff. Never got his due. Good actor, always in bad movies that failed. Never really got his due. Of course, played Gambit, and everyone's like, why is it Taylor Kitsch? We all want Channing Tatum. And we saw how good that turned out in Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Yeah, of course.
What a dud that movie was. It's a great movie. I'm joking around everyone. Taylor Kitsch never really got his due.
Snakes on a plane, too.
Aaron Taylor Johnson, I feel like, is one of those actors that just never gets in the right project to make him like a superstar. Like, he's a good actor.
Yeah.
And he's there and people know who he is. But he's like, I always feel like he's one project away from being like, your acting career is done.
And you don't
And
think
it's sad.
you
Because
don't
some
think
people want him to be
Craven's the
James
one?
Bond. He could be James Bond.
Want him to be James Bond.
I think he'd be a cool James Bond. That's what I'm saying.
Really? Wow.
That's all I'll say.
Well, we're going to find out this Friday when he goes to theaters with Craven the Hunter.
The Kick-Ass is what put him on the map. I'm talking about what gets you to mega stardom.
Yeah. Nick, let's bring it back to the Game Awards for
Okay.
some fun ones. Of course, we're talking about movies.
28
Nick.
years later could be cool. A lot of people saying that.
Oh, you see that
28
trailer?
years later could be cool.
See that trailer?
I did. Lit.
It's going to be cool.
Again, I'm not anti
Yeah.
Aaron Taylor Johnson. I want the man to succeed.
Okay.
I liked him in that movie he did with Ryan Gosling about the stunt guys. Fall Guy. I like that.
I
movie.
liked
He was
that
fun in
Fall
movie.
Guy movie. I'm glad that you turned around on that one. Let's go back to the
Oh, I liked him in that
2024
movie.
nominees. Kevin, bring me back to the big board. Nick, let's pick another two before we go to our next one.
All right.
Nick, give me another two. Who you voting
Let's
on?
go with best art direction.
Best art direction. Now, Nick, you know art.
I
You've been
know
to a
art.
couple of museums in your day.
Now, I will say this.
Yeah. Take a look.
I don't like the art direction in Black Myth Wukong or Elden Ring. It's
Okay.
too much.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I haven't played Astrobot. That feels like we're stepping back into the 90s.
Yeah.
Metaphor, I don't like how they spell that. Let's go with Neva.
Never.
Yep, that's what I meant.
Got it. Okay.
I like this. This looks, you know what this looks like? A
Tell me.
Dutch Christmas card that my Oma would send me. And I appreciate that.
Almost the holidays. Maybe
She
we'll
would
get
say,
another one.
She would say, Happy Holidays to you and the family, and then slide in a check for $5 that was not signed. And you go, thanks. Thanks for just making sure that someone could steal this and hack into your account.
It's the thought that counts.
It is the thought that counts.
It's the thought that
and
counts.
I appreciate
Okay.
that.
We're going to go with Neva for best art direction. Go back to the big board again. Let's pick another one, Nick. What are you seeing? What do you like here, Nick? A lot of great options.
Let's go with best action adventure game. Let's see what's in that
Ooh,
category.
Okay,
Let's
best
take a look
action
at that.
adventure game. I like that, Nick.
Yes.
You have games like
I'm sorry.
he's gonna
To the
find
left,
it.
to
He's
the
gonna
left.
find it. He's gonna find
I'm
it.
having so much trouble finding
To the
it.
left. There it is. All the way
There
left.
we go, there we go.
Sorry, guys. I saw best action game. I'm like, oh man.
You got Astrobot,
Okay.
Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown,
Mhm.
Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, The Legend of Zelda.
They put
Echoes
Star
of
Wars
Wisdom.
Outlaws on this, didn't
Star
they?
Wars Outlaws made the list.
Interesting.
Yeah, check it out.
Interesting. Here's my prediction for this one.
Tell me what your prediction is.
This is the easy one. I'm going to
Yep.
go with The Legend of Zelda. Echoes of Wisdom.
Really?
Can't beat Zelda.
I like
When
that.
does Zelda ever lose?
A lot of people were very
When's the last
excited
time
about
anyone
this game.
lost? Zelda lost.
You could stack beds because Zelda, this time around,
Likes to
could
sleep.
create anything. And then you could get beds, and they were solving all the puzzles with beds.
That's wild.
Yeah, exactly. You would have liked it, Nick.
That's
You would've
wild.
liked that. Let's jump into the super chats, Nick. Let's have some fun right there. Stuart says, I feel like Mike's big time and Nick with his energy. We turned it around, Stuart, for you. I want you to know that.
You came at me. It was for a lot of people who are just joining us.
Yeah.
We did a false start to this because Mike needed to get his head on straight.
We
He
needed
wasn't
we
matching
needed
my
a
fun
restart.
level.
Yeah, I wasn't.
And now you're matching my fun
Now
level.
we're back, baby.
And then I asked right before I came, I was like, how long are we doing this bit for? And he
Uh-huh.
was like 2.5 hours. And I was like, wow.
We did this last year, you and I together.
We
But
did.
this time,
We did.
This time, we're not going to go through every single nominee because I have more fun ones for you.
Okay.
Did you know that Jeff Keighley loves the Muppets, Nick?
Oh, who doesn't love the Muppets?
I don't think I have enough Muppet love in my heart. Is that a weird thing to say?
Here's can I tell you a little conversation we had in the Scarpino household?
Okay.
Me and the missus occasionally like to go out on a date. And I like to find fun stuff for us to do in San Francisco. One of the cool things you can do, Tim does this a lot, he talks about it, is he goes to the symphony, you can watch a movie while the symphony plays the score to the movie. And one that came up was a Muppet Christmas Carol.
Ooh.
That's actually happening. I think it's tonight and tomorrow. We couldn't unfortunately make the timing work. But we talked about how awesome it would be to go and both of us together who have been to this before and know how this works.
Okay.
Go, man, it's going to be real cool to watch Kermit sing and Miss Piggy sing. And I'm thinking in my brain, I'm getting excited because I'm going to get to see the Muppets live.
Oh, snap. Okay.
And then we both get shaken back into reality. Like, they're not going to be there. It's just a movie with just the singing track.
Yeah, of course.
And then they play the music behind it.
That's all right.
That's how much we love the Muppets.
Of course.
I like the Muppets so much. I went to the Jim Henson exhibit at the Jewish Art Museum down in by the Metreon.
Yeah.
And the very first thing that you see when you walk into that exhibit, I don't know if it's there or not anymore, but if you catch it around the country, it's amazing, is Kermit just sitting there by himself. And I started to cry. I was like, holy shit, I've never seen, it was like seeing this thing from your childhood, this beautiful thing from your childhood, like finally realized that I'd never seen it in person. I was like, that is amazing. It's amazing.
Really touched you.
Yeah, it really touched me.
That's pretty beautiful.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about you, Nick.
I love the Muppets.
I didn't know that about like Kermit had it like that.
Well, there was only
know what I mean?
4 things on when I was a kid. It was the Muppets, Gilligan's Island, the 60s Batman, and then reruns of Armed and Dangerous, which is a John Candy, Eugene Levy movie.
Okay. Yeah. I'm starting to understand. Maybe that's why Jeff Keighley loves the Muppets.
He's my age, so yeah,
Yeah.
he probably loves yeah.
So over the years, Jeff
my age.
Keighley has invited a number of the Muppets to appear during the Game Awards. So I went back in time and tracked all of the different appearances, and I'm going to have you rank them 1 through 6 on your favorite appearances.
That sounds
I got
fun.
videos for all of them. We're going to look back on some of the fun moments of these Muppets appearances.
Let's
All
do
right,
it.
you ready
Let's
for
do it.
this?
Do it. Yeah.
So in 2018, the King Prawn, aka what? Do you know who the King Prawn is?
The King Prawn?
Yeah,
No, I can't.
the Muppet. Pepe.
Oh, Pepe. Yes.
My favorite. He's got
for
the great
for
hair.
some reason, I thought you were mentioning
And so
someone in the audience.
the King Prawn, Pepe, and Ninja
Mhm.
appeared at the Game Awards to take a little.
Okay, let's watch
selfie.
this.
Let's watch this.
Shelfie?
See, it's a crustacean thing.
Oh.
Oh, no, that wasn't a good one. We didn't get a good one. My eyes were closed. Say Manchego!
Manchego?
I feel like
That's
if
a good one,
Ninja's
that's a
hair
good
were
one.
red,
Oh,
they would
I'm
be
gonna get some
oddly
big
similar
V-Bucks
looking.
for
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
This is fun.
That's a...
Okay, it's number 1.
Okay, so that's their first appearance right there.
Yes.
Little fun. Ninja at the peak of Ninja times with the Muppet. Now in 2019, Dr. Bunsen, Honeydew, and Beaker showed up and appeared on stage
Mana.
for little Muppets Labs. And this one was a fun little tie-in with Untitled Goose Game,
That's fun.
where they put Beaker inside of Untitled Goose Game. So, Kevin, you can kind of like fast forward around, show Nick some of the fun moments there.
What are we calling it? Of course.
Now here's where we're at right now. So we're gonna keep a live ranking of this. Going.
Okay.
This is number 1.
Well, take a look. He's going to go in the game now really fast. Show him the game.
That's amazing. Dang, how come we never played this?
Well, it's Untitled Goose Game. Beaker wasn't actually in it.
Beaker wasn't actually in it. I get it. That's great. This is number 1. Number 1 and the King Prawn's number 2.
The nominees.
Pretty great.
I love it.
2020, the Swedish Chef appeared.
Swedish Chef's my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you why, because it reminds
Tell
me
me.
of my wife's grandmother.
Really?
It's the
Here.
Swedish chef. Chef, are you there?
Let him ride. Let him
Let
ride.
this
Kevin. We got
ride, dude.
time.
Let's watch this for a second.
ride.
They're not gonna claim us.
Does he always? I don't know the Muppets. Does he always have people hands? Because that's freaking.
Yeah, they do. Some of the Muppets that people hands are crazy, and then you get the big Muppets that walk around and they're really life size and they're terrifying.
Is
Really?
that like the Big Bird?
Big Bird, technically a Muppet, yes.
Is Big Bird actually a Muppet?
I'm so
legitimately
sorry
don't
to
know.
cut you off.
Yes, he's from Sesame Street, but that's still Jim Henson, and I think
Okay.
he's still considered a Muppet.
Okay.
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't know that.
Yes,
So,
I
of course,
think so.
the Swedish Chef here to announce Overcooked, Kevin, if you
Number
fast
1.
forward
I
a
love the
little
Swedish Chef. Look at him in a real kitchen too, which is crazy.
Yeah. Pretty great. We've played a lot of Overcooked.
We have. I love this.
Overcooked.
So the Swedish chef came on just to talk about Overcooked.
Of course.
What a
Fun
great
little-
tie-in.
I mean, these are smart ideas coming back together, which is so great.
These are great.
2022, Animal appeared at the show.
This is going to be number one. Animal's the GOAT.
Let it run, Kevin. Let's see what Animal did.
Let's play! Yes, I like the energy. As you can see, I'm now joined by Animal from the upcoming Muppets Mayhem. Say hi, Animal.
Hi, Animal.
Okay, come on. A classic joke.
So
a classic
great.
joke. You got to hear it.
We are at the Game Awards. I love this enthusiasm, Animal. So I have to ask, what do you want to play? Do you have a certain game or?
Tarnished.
Elden Ring? Is that what
Yeah.
I didn't
Can you
imagine
believe it?
you
Elden
being a
Ring.
Soulsborne
Wow.
player. Do you have a favorite boss in Elden Ring?
Millennia.
You never let me go to Millennia.
We never got to
never got
Millennia.
there. I never
We
got there. I don't know who
But
he's
you know
talking
what?
about.
Animal loves Millennia.
You're
Who
still
doesn't
thinking
love
about it.
Millennia?
She's-
How much fun is this? Jeff Keighley getting to hang out with the
The
Muppets.
Muppets. I'm jealous. I'm legitimately jealous. If you told me I could go to the Game Awards just
Yeah.
hang out with Muppets, I would love that.
Well, guess what? In 2023, he had Gonzo. Kevin, play the clip.
Gonzo's the best.
all night, but it really has been an outstanding year for gaming. That's right, the great Gonzo.
Oh, thank you.
Wearing a suit.
Hey, Jeff. It's great to be here. Hello, everybody.
Hey, buddy, thanks for coming. Looks like you're kind of wearing what I'm wearing.
Yeah, it's like looking in a mirror, isn't it?
Well, I really
Well,
don't
I really
think.
don't think.
So, Gonzo, what have you been playing? Seriously, what have you been playing? Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Gonzo's buying everyone popcorn tonight.
Hey, wait a minute.
Fantastic
Good.
stuff.
This is a
Look
good
at
bit.
him. This is fun.
Now, here's what. Can I talk to you about Gonzo?
Talk to
I
me
always
about-
empathized with Gonzo.
Okay.
Nobody knew what Gonzo was.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They didn't know what he was. And
Yeah.
they always kind of dunked on him a little bit.
Okay.
But he was low-key like the foundation of the organization of the Muppets.
One of the pillars.
Everyone
Yeah.
always looked at Kermit because he was 6'4" or whatever and had a big Twitter following or whatever.
Yeah, of
And
course.
used to write for the PlayStation channel or whatever.
Ah, yes.
And like,
okay.
he used to do like a cool PlayStation podcast
Yeah, of
or
course,
whatever.
of course, yeah,
and they
yeah.
were like, this guy's clearly like the thing that like makes this whole thing
He's
work,
the guy.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But they forget about like that Gonzo.
But they forget
was
about
there.
Gonzo, right? Because you have to, in order to get up to the higher levels, you have to have a step, something whose back you can step on.
Yes, yes.
And crush to get
and
up to
then
there.
Kermit famously known for just stepping
Just-
on top of Gonzo to reach even higher heights. And he looks down and he goes, "Thank you, Gonzo." And Gonzo looks up and goes, "You're welcome."
He never looks down.
He never looks
He
down.
never looks back. He
Oh,
never
wow.
looks
Okay,
back.
okay,
Yeah, he never
okay.
looks back. Oh!
Of course, you know what this means. We're on the track 2018 to 2023. He's had multiple Muppets
So he's going to
appear.
have some Muppets now.
So today,
It's got to be Miss Piggy.
we have our announcement. Kevin, please play it.
Oh, it's Waldorf and Staller? Dude, the goats. Now, Mike,
Yes.
if we were to be Muppets,
Oh, yeah, okay.
I feel like you and I would be Waldorf and Staller.
I think we could be.
Yeah.
You and I.
And
That'd be
I'll
great
tell you
for
why.
us.
It's because it's two curmudgeon assholes
Yep.
that don't do anything. By the way, they've never once done a damn thing to help the Muppet organization.
Done absolutely
They
nothing.
just sit up in the corner and make fun of everyone.
chirping.
And they're the best.
Yep.
They're the
That's
best.
us.
That's
That
us.
is us. And they will be here tonight.
Oh,
Nick,
I
make you
can't
want to
wait.
watch.
That's awesome.
Now,
That's
Nick, of
amazing.
course, I want to know your rankings of all the Muppets you saw, but I do have to add in one more.
Sure.
This person might not be in the Muppet verse you know, Nick, but this is something near and dear to my heart that I think should be included in the Muppet verse.
Okay.
This happened a long time ago. Kevin, please run the clip.
Okay.
May I introduce you the Schick Hydrobot with Andrea Renee.
Was this at the Game Awards?
Yes, this is when it was brought to you by
That's
Schick.
terrifying. What was Schick thinking with this?
It's so cool.
It's
That's
the
really-
coolest
You
thing
can see
around.
the helmet under the. It's so well done. I wish we owned this suit.
That's actually, you're right, Kevin. That's actually a really well done thing.
Yeah.
That's
I know,
cool.
isn't it impressive?
It's very impressive.
He was there the whole Game Awards. He was running around. And that I wanted to highlight this because I still to this day think about this guy.
5 blades.
5 blades.
More than 4.
The smoothest shave.
That's
And we
more
get
than
to see
4.
Andrew and Renee out there having fun. How great is this?
So I'll rank this. I'll say the
Okay.
Chick Hydro guy is dead last.
Wow. Dead
Not
last.
because
Oh my God.
not because I don't like him or the costume's not
Yeah.
It's your
great.
childhood.
It's just because he's not a Muppet.
Okay.
You asked me from the
Oh,
Muppet
okay.
ranking.
Okay.
So he's disqualified.
Yeah,
from
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Then I'll go with the prawn
Okay.
as number 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Pepe's number 4.
Yeah, Pepe, not a really beloved character of the Muppets. He's not one of the A team.
Yeah, but he gets all the fun
If
memes.
this were the Avengers, he'd have like a Disney Plus show that nobody watches.
He would be Ant-Man.
No,
You don't
Ant-Man's
think Pepe
awesome.
would be Ant-Man?
No.
Really? Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
I think of him as the fun one. The one where he gets the one
I
spin
mean,
off and you're
it's
like,
the
damn, Pepe,
Muppets, Mike. They're
you're
all
fun
the
as
fun
fuck.
one.
That's
There
true,
isn't a
that's
not
true.
fun Muppet. I actually technically Kermit is the straight dude, like the straight guy, you know?
Okay, yeah.
That everyone kind of dogs on all the time, and he's just trying to keep it together. He's like Kermit's like the guy that like has really good hair, right? And wears like if he was in the organization, he wear like a lot of bomber jackets that he buys from like whatever.
Okay,
And then he
yeah,
kind of tells everyone what to do. And he really has a lot of great thoughts and like really holds the organization together. But then the Waldorf and Statler just tear him down.
Tear him down.
Every single
Any chance I get.
chance we can get.
Uh-huh.
We
uh-huh.
just tear him apart.
Okay.
Nick, you seen that guy that goes on TikTok or Omegle and pretends to be Kermit?
Yes.
Oh, he's pretty great.
And he's got the cucumber.
Yep.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So we're going
Sure have.
we're going to the bottom.
Sure have.
Bottom working down. Or bottom working up, Hydrobot,
Yep.
Pepe.
Pepe.
Then where are we going from there?
As much as I hate to say it.
Pepe with Ninja. Taking
Yeah, but
a
where's
selfie.
Ninja been? Where's Ninja been?
But where was
What has
he?
he done for me
Yeah.
lately?
You're right. You're
Is
right.
he a top streamer still?
He's still around.
I don't think so.
He's gaming.
I don't think he does it anymore.
Okay. Okay. Is he still in Walmart's? I don't think so.
Probably not. Is he selling bad chocolate
Remember-
that when it gets to our office?
Shit. I eat a lot of that
Did we
chocolate.
eat too much of?
You send that chocolate right over to me any
Yeah.
day of the week. Now, remember back in the day when it was Ninja Mayhem? He was in Walmart's selling
He was a big
little
deal.
plushy toys.
He was
They
a
had
big
action
deal.
figures of him. He had corners of Walmart's. It was wild.
And yet, kind of funny stance.
Ninja?
An enduring testament, a testament to our endurance.
Yeah.
And
Slacker at large says, oh, no, wait, no. Herbie Ergo said he had 50,000 viewers yesterday, I think.
sad how the mighty have fallen.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Who would have thought?
Hydrobot, Pepe, and Ninja. Next up.
Next up, I'm gonna give it to I'll give it to Gonzo. As number 3.
Gonzo.
The bit
Fun bit with Jeff Keighley.
not as fun as seeing the Swedish Chef for me. Again,
oh, wow.
Gonzo top tier,
Okay.
A-list, right? Avenger, right?
Okay.
Number 1, like S tier, I would say.
Yeah.
Swedish Chef, just a really beloved A tier.
Okay.
You gotta love it. Never one of the big group, never in the adventures. Swedish Chef was always just in the background, but I always love the Swedish Chef because he's just fun and you can't understand what he's saying and it's
Yeah.
exciting.
A
What is
lot
he
of
talking
Swedish
about? Because most of the time I don't understand what I'm saying, but I'm talking shit.
Love that. Okay. So then we go over to Gonzo. You have 2 more to rank and technically 3. You have 3 to rank here.
Okay.
Of course, we have an appearance this year, so we haven't seen them yet. We have Animal and Swedish Chef.
I'll go with Animal, number 2. I already said Swedish Chef.
Swedish Chef is
So
where?
Gonzo, Swedish Chef, Animal,
Okay.
and then Walder and Statler are going to be number
one.
100%. Guarantee it.
Where will they put
If you
them?
let me write that, or you let
Yeah.
Mike Drucker write that,
Oh,
we're dogging on people.
you're having
Now,
fun.
this is the question.
Yeah.
Does Jeff and the team, do they have the audacity to let Waldorf and Statler just go? Let him cook. Let him just dunk on everything that happens. Because if I were them, I'd be like, stay up in the rafters. We cut back to every 5 minutes and just dog on all the hosts and all that stuff. That'd be a blast.
Jeff Keighley, there's your call out right there.
And-
You didn't do Beaker and the Doc.
Oh, shoot. I'll put Beaker underneath Gonzo.
Okay. Beaker's pretty fun. The Doc, he's all right.
Lead it up
Honeydew.
more.
Okay. Muppets.
Well,
Pretty
it's
awesome.
Bunsen and Beaker.
Oh, he's not Honeydew?
No.
Well, that's his last name.
Isn't it Bunsen? It's Bunsen,
Bunsen
and Beaker.
Honeydew.
Yeah, but the two are called Bunsen and Beaker because a
Yeah.
Bunsen burner and a beaker
Oh, yeah, of
are the
course.
2 things that you do.
I'd like to go by Honeydew because that's what he's got a head like a honeydew melon.
He does have a head like a honeydew melon,
Yeah.
and that's probably what they patterned it off of.
Okay. I like that.
That'd be my guess.
Nick, let's go back to the big board. Let's make some more predictions. Of course, as we bring up the big board and you check the next one, let's go to Momo, who has become a Kinda Funny member for 17 months. Don't forget you can support us here at Kinda Funny on YouTube and on Twitch with your Prime Gaming subs, your tier 1 through 3 subs, or your YouTube super chats and memberships where you can write in, give us your TGA predictions. You can let me and Nick know what's going on in your life. Like Momo says this is the only pre-show I need in my life. Unrelated, Nick, did you get a ticket or plan to go see Interstellar for the 10-year anniversary?
No, I did not, and I have no plan to do that because I like to watch Interstellar the way it was intended, which is every single time I take an international flight. I watch Wolf of Wall Street going there and Interstellar coming back. And then to end the flight, I will pepper in a little bit of Avengers Endgame.
Those are great ones right there.
Hey, they're just long
Those are great.
and good.
You also already watched in the 70 millimeter.
When I saw it the first time, yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
I mean,
IMAX.
it's like I feel like it's why there's a lot of excitement of it coming back.
Here's what I
We've
don't
already
want,
seen it.
Kevin.
We already felt it, you know.
Here's what I don't want,
No,
Kevin.
we don't want this.
I don't want to buy a ticket to the 70 millimeter showing of a movie that I love. And you get there, and I'm excited. And then you sit next to some asshole Gen Z kid who's on his phone the entire time watching it on TikTok also. I don't need that. I don't need that.
Watching some movies.
I know you have, Mike. You want me. Check it out. They're playing all of Red 1 on TikTok right now. You want to watch it? And I go, still no.
Moana too.
Still, I don't want to see that movie. How was Moana 2, Mike? Did you watch the whole? Did you really get the crust?
Chat was really blocking a lot of the cool animation, so I was a little mad at the chat. You know what I mean? He was also playing Fortnite at the top, getting wins, so I had to watch the Fortnite games. So there's a lot of action.
What is
There's a lot of
wrong with
action.
your generation of human beings? Do you care about anything? Is
In
anything
40 days, they got to
impactful?
take it away from us. In 40 days, they have to take it away from us.
What do you mean? Is TikTok getting banned?
It's got to go.
Isn't it getting
If
banned?
I was in there, I'd be like, you know what? It's had a good run. Get it out.
Well, they're trying.
Take it away.
They're trying to do something.
Take it
right?
away. We got to help Mike. Let's
Wait,
pick
hold
it.
on. Hold.
Okay, hold up.
We got to go to the live chat for a second.
Go
Matt
to live
Sanders
chat.
says Interstellar ... overrated ...
False.
Incorrect, Matt Sanders. Incorrect. Interstellar, arguably Christopher Nolan's best film. Arguably. Actually, I wouldn't
Batman?
even argue. Better than The Dark Knight.
Tenet's
Really?
pretty good.
I think it's fucking phenomenal. I think it's a masterpiece.
Okay.
Personally,
Okay.
Mike, do you know the one thing that brings us all together in the universe?
Tell us.
Love, Mike. Love. We can't define it. We don't know the power of love, even though we do know it's a bunch of chemicals in our brain that
Sing
happen.
that song, Power of Love.
Is the power of love.
Yeah.
Or, 'cause Mike's my lady. You know, there's 2 songs called Power of Love.
Two power
Celine
loves.
Dion did the other one.
Oh, man. All right, Nick, take us to the categories here.
All right. Now people are saying top 3, not his best film. How
Yeah.
dare you?
A lot of people came all
How-
after you on that one.
Inception is not. John,
That's crazy.
ban yourself. Inception is
Johnny
not
A,
greater than
God
Interstellar.
dang it.
Inception's so fucking boring if you go back and watch it right now.
So boring.
Where Interstellar is like an onion, just layers and layers and layers, and
Delicious.
every single layer makes you cry a
Okay.
little bit because it makes you feel right.
Wow.
We got to
in
figure
half.
this out, Murph. Murph, we got to figure this out, Murph. And she's like, I hate you, Dad. And then she loved him, but she never got to see him again. But then she sees him again, and it's a really awkward scene because he walks into the room and everyone acts like he doesn't exist. Even though if my grandfather, my great great grandfather, walked in and he was younger than me, I'd be like, I got a couple questions for you.
Yeah.
Do you
Got a
want
lot
to
of
talk to me?
questions.
I didn't
Okay.
think they were
How
letting him
fucking
have
wild
it.
would that be, Kevin?
'Cause
Wouldn't
she's
you
like
want to talk to
she's
him?
Like, yeah, but she's about to die.
Yeah,
They
but
have-
she's like, get out. And he goes, okay, cool. And then instead of hanging out with his family,
Yeah.
he just goes off to Anne Hathaway. Now, granted, yeah, Anne Hathaway's stuck on the rock,
Yeah.
and he's kind of in love with her, I think.
Stuck on
I don't
the
know.
rock.
Weird age gap. And then,
Between him and Anne Hathaway?
yeah, they're like 10, 15 years? What do you think?
I don't know. You said it with a lot of confidence.
I say everything with a lot of confidence.
That's what makes you special.
I know. But his whole family, Kevin, the whole family doesn't go, holy shit, it's Coop. At least one person will be like, hey, man, I know that she saved all of humanity. Don't get me wrong. Like Murph figured out how to fucking gap space time and was like, hey, I got a space station to go through space. I don't even know how the hell she did that. She's awesome. She's phenomenal, right?
Okay.
Obviously played by the venerable Jessica Chastain. But then this dude's like cool as shit, and he comes back in, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's here. That's weird."
I mean,
He's-
she was only able to do it because he got the information inside
I'll say 50-50,
Space.
right?
Tesseract.
I'll say it's a 50-50 shot. But all I'm saying is, where was his respect at the end of that film? But
Put
then they
some
did
respect
give
on
him,
his
Kevin,
name.
they did do the coolest thing that I freaking love. And you know I love this, Kevin. Is they slightly redesigned the spaceship and the spacesuit And I was like, I'm ready for another adventure. Because he goes into space, it's a little darker, and the spacecraft that he's in is like a little cooler.
Yeah,
and then
it's fast,
the
too.
weirdly designed, very, very ineffectively designed robots are there too. Man, this movie fucking rocks.
War
movie
Machine.
rocks.
No, you're not listening. He's doing the opposite. He's defending it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of shitting on it too.
Oh, okay.
But I am defending it.
I
He's
wasn't
defending
listening. I'm not gonna lie. Tim walked in and started talking to me.
Smalls
So-
HG, you're right. I apologize. I'd like to issue an apology to Kevin and to Tim
Yeah.
and to Mike and to all of you out there. I did not put respect on Ellen Bernstein's name,
Okay.
who plays the older Murph, and she fucking kills
Put
this
some
scene.
respect on it.
My apologies. I'd
What
like
about
to
the
apologize.
youngest Murph?
I like that.
Young Murph did a great job too.
Young Murph.
It was great casting
All the
across
Murphs
the
are
board.
great.
Remember who the young kid was? The young brother?
No.
Pull it, pull it. pull it.
Wow.
Wait,
Timothy
Jesus.
Chalamet.
No
Timothée
way.
Chalamet.
No,
It was. It was.
Are you kidding?
Remember, he was like nice, and he was like, "Hey man, you're gonna be a farmer." And Tim's like, "That's cool, because I'm kind of dumb." And then Murph's like Murph's like super smart, and the whole time he's got a chip on his shoulder because like my sister's super smart, and I'm just kind of good looking. Mike, would you rather be really, really good looking or really smart?
Well, I'm already really good looking, so I'd like to be smart.
Ew.
Now one more. Blessing.
Three.
I got a segment for you. Please come on over here really quick. I texted him. Kevin, please go on down to the bottom of the show. Nick Scarpino, late last night,
Yes.
you and I were doing some hanging. Bless, come over on this side with me. You and I were doing some hanging, Nick. And, of course, an ad came up for a brand new Sonic movie that releases on December 20th. And there was a hedgehog there that you weren't quite aware of.
I don't know who the hell
So
this hedgehog is.
I thought we'd have a fun moment of nicknames with Nick Scarpino, where we go to the Sonic Hedgehog universe and Nick names those hogs.
I love this. This sounds fun.
Yeah, I'd like you to be a part of it, Bless.
Oh,
So if
yeah.
you want to sit on down next to me.
Please phrase it some other way. Any other way.
You know what's
aside
funny?
from
I did-
nicknames those hogs.
I did not get Mike's text. I came out here just to get a Coke.
Gotta get some recap juice.
and
That's good.
now I'm in a segment. All right,
Now
let's
you're
do
in
it.
it. Now
You're
you're in
gonna
it.
see you're gonna see it. So Kevin, please bring up the slide that I brought you with no names on it, and we're gonna have Nick go through and we're gonna talk about Sonic and who are those hogs. Let's go with number one.
Hot now. I have
Bless,
to
I'm
do this.
sorry. I don't have a way to.
I can just see him next to Mike.
There it is.
All right, so what? We're starting off easy.
Yeah, we're gonna start off easy. It goes down.
Yeah,
Nick,
so
give me-
left to right.
who's in the blue?
Sonic.
That's correct. Nailed it. All right, let's
Tails.
keep going. Tails. That's correct. Who's the red guy?
Red.
Is there
Oh,
a feature
no, I don't like-
on? Is there a feature on him that stands out?
Boots.
I don't like the
God, so
hesitation.
close.
So already we're off
Shoes.
the rails.
Shoes McGee.
You're
I like.
you're on the right track.
Okay.
You're on, it does have to do with one of his limbs or a couple of his limbs.
Cat hand.
We're getting closer.
Big claw.
You're right there.
Red claw. White claw.
Close. What's those spiky things? What are they on?
His shoulder.
No,
And
like
his
on
fist.
this, what, like the like,
Yeah?
but like more specifically, what part of his fist?
His knuckles.
His knuckles.
There you go.
Knuckles. That's his
Okay.
name. Ooh, man,
Okay.
I didn't think already we'd be stumbling. Yeah.
What we do is on. It's right. How about the girl in pink?
Okay, that's Daisy.
I mean, very good guess.
Mm-hmm.
Very good guess.
Mhm.
I don't think he's gonna get this one though. Do you have any other guesses?
Sherbert.
Yeah, two names.
Yeah.
It's like
It's a
person with
two-word.
two names.
Just like a first name and a
You know what I
last
mean?
name.
It's like a Billie Jean type vibe.
Yeah, I never knew if it's all a first name or if it's a first and last
Yeah.
name situation. First
Like
and middle.
that'll help him get close.
This is what I'll say. The first word of the name
Okay.
is a very common, like, this is a very common name
Mary.
for a woman. Keep going.
Jenny.
Keep going.
Kimberly.
You're getting closer somehow.
Michelle.
Well, I'll give you two more guesses.
Tell him the letters. Give him the letters.
It starts with an A.
Anne.
Oh, you're right there.
Amber.
Oh, you're fucking knocking on the door. Give it one more. Give it one more guess.
Anne.
One more
Amber,
guess.
Annie. I missed it.
Amy.
Amy.
Amy. You're right there with Annie. too.
So what's her full name?
Amy Rose.
Go back to this beginning. Kevin, can you just go back to the beginning? Because I want to show people the depth of creativity the Sonic franchise has.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Sorry, Kevin. Can we scroll back? So we have Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes.
Dope name.
Great name.
Obviously, they built an empire on him, right? That's now crumbling, apparently.
Actually, it's thriving. It's actually flourishing more than it's ever had been.
Right?
Yeah. He's on his third movie, his third feature film.
Right. We've got. I already guessed his name. I can't remember it anymore. So we're
Tails.
Tails.
Yep.
We got Knuckles. Awesome. And then we got Amy Marie.
Amy Rose.
Amy Rose. Where'd that go off?
You know,
Where'd
that's
that
a good
go off?
question.
Where'd that go off?
I mean, she's Sonic's girlfriend / she just has a big crush on Sonic. Can you guess what animal that Knuckles is?
Knuckles?
Yeah.
A hedgehog?
No. That is Knuckles the echidna.
What the hell's an echidna?
Now, that's a good question. As a kid, I didn't know either. Now, Tails is his nickname. What if I told you that he has a full name? What if I told you that his full name is Miles Tails Prower?
If you were to say that to me right now, and we're in the theoretical, hypothetical world, right? We're not in the real world. I would say to you, Blessing,
Yeah.
I'm right back in.
Oh, now
back
think
in.
about this, right?
Whereas Amy Rose got me out, Miles
Tails Prower.
Tails Morales got me right back
Now,
in.
let me tell you something, right? Think about this. Sonic, he goes fast, right? Most of these characters, they run fast.
Yeah, just like Ricky Bobby.
Miles Tails Prower, right? His name is Miles Prower. Miles
per hour.
per hour, yeah. Come on.
Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't know.
They didn't go creative.
Yeah,
with
they
that
didn't
one,
go with
but
that.
yeah.
Well, Sonic technically is something that you
Does
go.
Knuckles have a full name?
Probably. I don't have it off the top of my head.
Knuckles Varney.
Jim Varney. Exactly.
It's crazy.
Exactly.
Kevin, can you go to the black box, please? Let's take a look because this was the one that you saw yesterday.
The black.
Wait,
box.
I gotta keep guessing.
Yeah, wait, is there more?
Yeah, there's more. Scroll me through.
So yeah, right over there, the black box on the left.
Okay, so down here.
Yeah, who is this? Because this is the one he had problems with last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Here's the thing.
this is the
Oh,
one.
this is the guy.
Shit.
I'm gonna ask a couple questions. Here.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna ask a couple exploratory questions
Go for it.
about the illness. This character is in the new movie, obviously. Okay.
Yes.
I think it's the new bad guy in the movie. I want to say it's played by Idris Elba. Is this the character that was played by
Knuckles
Idris
is played by Idris Elba. This guy right here is
Who's
played
he
by
played?
Keanu Reeves. That is not a joke.
That is the coolest thing anyone's ever said. This character's name is called Vibrance.
I mean, you're on the right track.
Okay.
His name, Shadow.
Shadow.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's like kind of the evil version of Sonic.
I would have preferred Idris to play Shadow and
could see
Keanu
that.
Reeves to play and Knuckles.
I could see that.
That would have been more fun for me.
But like, I think the problem is that the casting was out of order, right?
Yeah.
Like, they had already got Idris as Knuckles, and
Yeah.
now it's I'm sure once they casted Keanu, somebody in the casting crew was like, "Fuck, we should have thought ahead on
got
this."
him right.
Let's go with the. I want him to do the next two, and then we'll get out of here.
Next
So
two?
Give me the next two.
This lady has to have something to do with hearts.
Her
So
name,
that's a
no,
Okay.
but in vibe, yes, right? Like she is
What
kind
is
of
she? Is she a cat?
That's a good question. Look at those wings.
She's a bat.
She's a bat.
How is she a furry white bat?
A lot of people play Sonic.
Fair enough.
A lot of
Fair
people
enough.
play Sonic. A lot of different kinds.
There's a lot of different people getting into there.
Not all of us are, of the Bible here.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I will wager. I will say her name is Tom, and I'll tell you why. Because she reminds me of Tom from Tom and Jerry.
Tom from Tom and Jerry.
The mouse.
Tom is the cat. No, wait.
Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry's the mouse, right?
I'll say Jerry. She
Am I
reminds
crazy?
me of Jerry.
Yeah. All right.
I took a stab.
Fair enough. That is Rouge the Bat.
Rouge the Bat.
Rouge the
is
Bat.
she like French or is she like some sort of from like New Orleans?
I don't know actually. Oh, yeah, I see what you're doing here. You're referencing X-Men.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
Thanks.
No,
It's a loose connection.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, wait. I want him to guess. I want him to guess the next.
Oh, this one's easy. This
Yeah.
this one I know.
I just want him to guess this one.
This one, of course, is a character that was actually designed after a character from The Sandlot.
Mhm.
This character's name is Quince. Squints.
Quince.
Squints.
Her name is Cream. Cream.
Cream the rabbit and what?
Cream the Rabbit and Rouge the Bat.
Well,
Or
she also has a friend too, but it's not.
oh yeah, the friend
like,
isn't
you
in
gotta
there.
Have the friend in there.
Coffee?
Oh, I actually didn't
She's
know
the
that.
Chow.
She's the Chow. Yeah, she usually has a little Chow friend.
Who's the Chow? Which one is that?
Chow's a made up creature for
Not
Sonic.
posted
but
here? Okay.
Yeah.
Cream cheese.
Cream cheese. I never put that together. Oh, that's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, Cream the Rabbit.
Do you have another one?
Honestly, the further we go, we're gonna get to a point where I'm like, actually, I don't know these days.
Which one's this one right here?
Which one?
That guy right there, yeah.
with the white
In the
fur?
middle, with the white fur.
That's Silver.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's sick.
He was introduced, I believe, in the worst Sonic game, Sonic
Sure.
06.
Now, are all these people homies with Sonic, or are they fighting him?
Most of them are homies. Some of them are fighting. Some of them are kind of anti-heroes.
What's the general top level plot for a Sonic?
Nick, let me tell you.
Because back when I was a kid playing Sonic, it was just about getting those rings.
It depends on, I guess, like what canon you're looking at, right? Are we talking about the games? Are we talking about the movie? Are we talking about the show? Are we talking about the comics? Like, there's a lot of different.
Well, the movie I
interpretations.
can guess the plot because
Yeah.
I've seen the trailers, and James Marsden in it, so it can't be very good.
Exactly. Well,
But then
Make it
Jim
better.
Carrey's in it, so
Make
you're
it-
like, okay, well maybe
Still
Jim.
in it?
who?
The blonde guy?
Yeah.
He made it all three.
It's definitely one of those scenarios though where it's like they don't want him. like he's gonna be in it because I think they just need a human character to ground it, and like they've already introduced that he's the main character alongside Sonic.
Okay.
But like in the first movie, it's like, oh, he's part of the story. In the second movie, they created a whole side story to like put him on a B plot.
Oh, good.
Him and his wife, because his wife's part of it also. They're going to a wedding. They're hanging out at a wedding, and there are shenanigans going on at the wedding. In this third movie, they're just like, fuck it. He's part of the police now. Like he's part of. There's a corporation called Gun, and they're hired guns.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
That's
and
cool.
so they put him in fucking bulletproof vests, and now that's what they're doing.
Now, should I watch these movies?
Yes.
Okay.
I think by the time you get to Sonic 3, you're gonna be like,
I'm
yo, these are kind of good.
Where it's not that I have no aversion to it. I just never got around to watching them. Like they need to pop up on Netflix, and I'll go. Then I'm gonna watch this.
Oh, that's a good point. I feel you.
Bless.
They gotta be.
And did you know that Jim Carrey came back for acting?
He did.
He's got the bug.
I did hear about that. Yeah, he's back to his tomfoolery.
Did you see the quote where there was somebody that asked like, "Oh yeah, what made you want to come back to Sonic 3?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, you know, Dr. Eggman. He's a very smart character. I just needed the money. I needed the money." Like that was legitimately. He did not even try to finish the first sentence. Like he tried to rationalize.
He need the money for? He's been in 300 movies. What is he spending his money on?
He said he spent a lot of money in the last few years, and so he's back.
Good for Jim Carrey.
Buying, you know what I mean?
What do you think Jim Carrey's buying?
What do you think he's buying?
Something illegal.
If I had to imagine, I imagined he had the same problem Michael Jackson had. Not that problem. I imagine he was just buying too much art. Because Michael Jackson, there was a while where Michael Jackson was spending. There was I forget what documentary it was, but he would just go to like art dealers in LA and be like, I want that. Like walk in and be like, I want that, I want that, and I want that, and it would be like $100 million worth of stupid shit that he then would be just put in a warehouse somewhere because he just wanted to buy some
I was
shit.
thinking you'd have such a big house. You would need to have
We
art
can't
in
hear
every
you, Mike.
art in every room.
So you would start pressing different things. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I feel like Scientology probably costs a lot to be a part of too.
I don't think Jim Carrey. I was gonna say I don't think Jim
he
Carrey's
is.
a
I don't know
Scientologist.
why I'm putting that on him. He just
No.
gives you the vibes.
Jim Carrey, well, he gives you the vibes because he went a little nuts when he did the Andy Kaufman role.
Yeah.
He never really came back from that. Yeah,
He's
he's a
so-
little wild.
I'm not supposed to be on this, but
Let's
like,
go. I love it.
here's the thing.
You're a part of this now.
Question
Yeah.
while I have you here, Nick.
Yeah, I'm here all day.
I was listening to a podcast having this conversation. I was like, oh, this is a good one. Who do you think is a better overall actor
Sure.
between Jim Carrey and Adam Sandler?
Jim Carrey.
I agree.
100%.
Now, I'll split it into two then. Who's the better comedic actor and who's the better dramatic actor?
Jim Carrey for both.
I agree.
Uncut
I agree.
Gems is so good.
Over
though,
the
with
Sandman.
Adam
Yeah, but
Sandler.
like, freaking
Spanglish too.
Truman
Two
Show,
really good roles.
Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah, but Truman Show, he has a couple moments where it's like, And Eternal Sunshine is a great movie. I don't think his acting stands out though. 23 on the other hand, pretty good. Pretty good.
I will say Uncut Gems does hold it down a lot for Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
But
That's a good one for the argument of
And
Adam Sandler.
I will say also, he was very good in Funny People, which I really enjoyed. So, you know what? I'll give him. No, I can't do it.
Yeah,
I can't do
Jim-
it.
it's
'Cause you
Jim
know why?
Carrey.
Because he's,
Punch
it's Jim
Drunk
Carrey.
Love
It's
is
Jim
another
Carrey.
Good one.
Punch Drunk Love was a
Thank you, Bless.
hard one to get through for me.
Check your phone. I texted you.
That's the one where he's got like anger issues, right? Punch Drunk Love and
I don't know. I got 10, 15 minutes into that. I was like, I don't like this
Oh,
movie,
I
so I
like that
stopped
movie a
watching
lot.
it. I've never seen Spanglish. I should check that out.
Nick, thank you for joining us on another episode of Nicknames.
You're very welcome, Mike.
Really wanted you to know about the Sonic the Hedgehog world and all the characters.
I can't believe we missed Wave the Swallow.
Don't forget about cream and cheese.
Cream and cheese.
Cream and cheese.
Mike, I bet we could write a video game pretty easy.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, Nick, let's talk about some games. Okay, let's go back to the big board. Bring up the big board. Nick, I need you to throw a dart. Let's do another prediction for the people
We're
out
going to
here.
do Best performance.
Best performance,
Top
Nick.
row. 2 from the left. There you go.
Jump in there.
Thank you, Nick. I really appreciate that.
No
Yes.
problem. Oh,
Nick, a lot of
goats.
great voice actors
Just
out
the
here.
goats, of
Yep.
course. Melina Juergens,
Hellblade 2,
probably my favorite.
follow up to Hellblade 1.
Now, as you know, I drink a lot of caffeine.
Yep.
I'm cold a lot, and I wash my hands a lot. Some would say to the point where it's a little obsessive compulsive. So, of course, I need lotion. What's my favorite type of lotion? Okay, Nivea, but I don't have that in the office. What do I use? Juergens.
I'm an Alvino man.
Are you now?
Yeah.
That's a wild take.
Really?
Wild.
Oh, no shit. Really?
Yeah.
It's the only stuff I'll use.
Would not have guessed that about you.
Damn, well, now you know.
Crazy.
That's crazy. All right.
Shout out to Brianna White, though. One of my other favorites.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yep.
It's a great pick right there.
And she played?
You got it. You got it
You
on
got
the tip
it.
of your tongue.
You got
it. You know it.
Tifa.
Right there. Nailed it.
I hate you guys so much. Why are we doing this?
Nailed
I don't know.
it. Let's go to the next
I
category.
told Mike, I walked out, I was like, what if we just played games for 2 hours and just had a fun time there and people go watch
This is
us
what
do
we
that?
thought was better.
No,
Nailed
this is
it.
we're having more fun now.
Nailed it right
What
there.
is this category? I don't know what this category is.
Scroll up a
Oh,
little
I'm sorry.
bit.
I'm sorry. Innovation in accessibility.
Oh my God, an
Ooh.
incredibly
Innovation
important,
in
Yes.
an incredibly important topic
One
here.
of the games you play is actually on there.
It is, and so we have to, of course, we have to give it, ladies and gentlemen.
No, my wife worked on one of the games. It's going to Dragon Age, all
We
right?
of course are going to give it to Dragon Age, the Veilguard.
Of course we would.
Because it's amazing. Of course, Paula did all the accessibility for this game. So congratulations to
animated.
Paula
She was a
and to Henry
animator.
for the family.
I love
He
that.
was involved. He was involved.
He
Nick,
was, I mean, he was
let's
there
talk
coursing
about
through our body.
your game of the year.
Coursing through her body.
When you look back on the year, Nick, we played a lot of awesome games together. You, me, Andy, the whole team was together.
The whole team.
Give me some of your favorite moments, your favorite games.
Of course, got to experience Pokemon for the first time. Not a new game, but a fun game. A
Pokemon
classic
Fire
game.
Red, the playthrough.
Had a great time playing that. Had a great
Yeah.
time playing Elden Ring with you guys, of course.
Oh,
Can't wait to get back to the Erd Tree.
Did you have fun with Elden Ring? Like truly?
I had fun because Andy had fun.
Okay. Yeah.
And by that, I mean we tortured Andy and we had fun.
We had a lot of fun.
Do I ever want to play that game again? No. But it fits into that category of where most of the games that you play,
Yeah.
where I know you don't actually like playing them, but you like playing them with friends.
Correct.
So that's what it is.
Now, remember when I taught you how to play Dark Souls, though, and you defeated the first 2 bosses in Dark Souls
Yes.
in stunning fashion.
Nailed it. Never went back.
He was
That-
like mad for 2 days after, though.
That made for fantastic content.
We could go back to that.
Right? Like, these are things that I look back on. I'm like, man, when we had Nick fight the first 2 bosses in Dark Souls, fantastic.
Yeah.
Lisa Wallen and Andy Cortez playing Dark Souls 1 with the same controller at the same time.
Gotta love that.
Pretty
You
great
gotta love a
content.
gimmick.
I love
You gotta
good
love a
gimmick,
good
is right.
gimmick.
What about Call of Duty, Nick? Where
Call
do
of
we
Duty,
fall
of
on
course.
Call of Duty Black Ops 6? Because you really fell off the hype train with me and the boys on that one.
Did I really?
Well, you're not grinding guns. You're not.
Did I
leveling
really?
up
Did I
very-
really fall off the try? Did we not play that game last night? Did we
played
get almost?
Warzone last night?
Well, Call of
you
Duty
know?
6 and Warzone, it's the same fucking thing.
Same thing. Same
It's
thing.
the same thing. First off, you didn't play any Black Ops 6. You son of a bitch. You didn't play
I'm
any of
big
that.
time
And I
with
know
you.
that because every time we go to get our loadout, you pretend like you're getting a loadout, but you don't even bother because you don't have any guns leveled up for any of this stuff,
I'm still rocking the car from Modern Warfare 2.
which has definitely been nerfed. For sure been nerfed. No, I mean, actually, honestly, I think the team did a great job with Black Ops 6. I think that I'm really enjoying the new extension for Warzone. And I think the game is great, man. You know,
Yeah.
they keep iterating on it and they keep finding reasons for me to come back.
New map.
New map is great. New weapons are fun too. And I like that we're back to the original grind.
Okay.
Right, with the weapon, which is like instead of doing like, oh, this weapon's only like 15, level 15 max, but you have to level up 15 other weapons. They gave us the
You
good
love
old fashioned Warzone 1.0 world of, hey, you got one weapon, max level's 46. It's going to take you a while to get
Figure
there.
it out.
You got to really like it. And by the time you get there, it will have been nerfed 5 times.
What guns are standing out to you right now? The Jackal, the PP.
I'm still a PP guy.
The M4.
Although that Tonto is, I was ripping with that last night.
Get out of town. The
I was
Tonto shoots too slow.
ripping
Bop,
with that last
bop,
night.
bop. I hate it.
But it stops people dead in their tracks. Yeah. Man.
Okay.
I'm telling
good
you,
to
you're
know.
missing out. We got to get on the Tonto.
I am missing out. I'm running a lot of floor loot lately, I find, Nick. I like dropping in. Of course, this is going to be your super serious, not so serious. It's not like Mike and Nick Scarpino pre-show. Now we just talk about the war zone because that's where we're passionate about, okay? So lock in for the next 10 minutes of just Warzone talk.
Let's go.
I'm liking the Jackal. I'm liking the floor loot. I'm looking for gold M4s and gold jackals 90% of the time when I go.
Sure.
Like so much so that I'm not even using my own guns.
You don't need to, but I will say this.
Tell me.
When you kit out one of those rifles
Yeah.
with gunfighter, it's wild.
Have you done that? So you've maxed
so
one out.
I
You're all
took
dialed in.
Cam Yanelli's advice.
Okay.
I have 2 loadouts,
2 loadouts.
both gunfighter.
Okay.
One's my PP and one's my XM4. So if I pick up a nice floor loot AR, when I get it, I go over to the PP, I get that. But usually the XM4, when it's got the 8 attachments on it, is really nice.
I think that's what I'm missing.
You gotta get it.
Because I got the
But you don't care about your SMG anyway. So you should just kit one out.
I leveled up the wrong SMG. I leveled up the
Jackal?
MP5. No,
Why the MP5?
I don't know. It's just Call of Duty. You look at the MP5 or the
staple.
MP4 and you go, oh, that's what everybody used to use. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, that's not the gun. I don't want to level up the I'm not a fan of the PP. Too many bullets in the PP.
You're the only person in the history of any game that's ever been like, there's too many bullets in this
Too
thing.
many bullets in the PP. Is that weird?
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't like the reload animation. I don't like the PP
Well,
itself.
get
I don't like the gun.
just do the normal clip that's only got 50 in it or something like
Just
that.
talking trash about the PP.
You
I don't
can
know
get the
why.
fast clip that's only 40 and it goes fast.
Maybe that one shoots a little lot. You know what it is as well? Call of Duty Black Ops 6 nominated for Best Audio Design as well. Maybe it's the sound of the gun. You know, another thing that draws me to the gun, not only with the look and the gunplay itself, the sound. How does it sound? Does it sound cool? PP doesn't sound cool.
PP doesn't sound cool. Tonto sounds cool, though.
I don't know about the Tonto either. Okay. How about, of course, the new map? What do you think about Area 99?
Love it. I think this is a definite and definitive upgrade from some of the smaller maps of the past.
Okay.
Looking at what was the Caldera map? No, sorry.
We're looking at
Ashika Island.
We
Did
didn't
not like.
Vondel.
Vondel, fine. Vondel, very, very upper mid tier, I would say.
Okay,
Vondel.
okay.
What was the third one? Not Caldera. One that went with Caldera.
Ashika Island went with Caldera.
Oh,
I'll try to find you the
No, maybe
the
I'm
exact
thinking.
ones.
I'm not thinking. Vondel was the European soccer player one, right?
Yeah, Vondel was the
That was
cityscape.
good. What was the other
there
one
was
that was
one
like
more that we're missing here.
Castle. Someone will help us. out.
Fortune. Yeah,
Fortune's Keep was fun. I
Fortune's
think we had
Keep.
some really good times with Fortune's Keep. But I will say, I think Area 99 number 2. I think Rebirth Island number 1. Area 99 number 2. I'm really liking it. The only thing we haven't really nailed down yet is our rotation into and out of pods. We're not a pods team.
Why is there not a buy station at Pods, Nick? I've said it multiple times. It's crazy that there's buy stations at every single foot of the entire map. There's buy stations everywhere. But then you look at Pods,
Yeah.
one of the hottest drop zones in the game.
Yeah.
4 giant buildings, and there's not, and that's the whole southwest side of the map, Nick. And there's no buy station?
I think it's because if there was a buy station there, people could hold pods down too easily.
No way. Really?
Which, I
get
I
ripped
say
apart
that.
at
I say that
Pods.
now, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
nobody can hold pods down.
People are
many
shooting from
entry
2
points.
different angles at
Yeah,
Pods.
yeah.
There's the floor they can get up into. I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Okay.
Yeah,
How about the Holiday Rush?
I'm loving that.
What'd you think of that?
I'm loving
Why don't you
it.
tell the people about the new Holiday Fun experience?
let me
What do
tell you,
think?
folks. You got Santa Claus flying
Santa
around.
Claus
You
riding
got-
on a-
You got
A sleigh with a nuke.
with a nuke on it.
Yeah, that's driving it
And
around.
I kept shooting at him. It didn't do anything. You got a lot of reindeer running around on fire, and they count as elims, which is nice. So you get money for it.
Yeah, get a little bump
Which
in
is
your
great.
numbers there. Yeah, I
But
like
I got
that.
9 kills last night. 3 of them were reindeer. One was Rudolph. The trees are fun. I love that back. I'm glad there's no Krampus. Krampus scared the shit out of me 2 seasons ago or whatever it was.
I miss
Didn't
Krampus.
love
I
that.
wish they put Krampus in this.
Didn't love it.
It's kind of a small map, so Krampus would be everywhere. But I do wish that Krampus was there.
Yeah.
It just adds a fun element of like it's mayhem. Why not? You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Just
yeah.
add a little sugar and spice.
Just a little
into that
sugar-
one.
sugar
Okay.
to the daddy.
How about the Christmas trees? We didn't really try to hold them down.
You know, we didn't. They're out in the middle of nowhere.
They're
They're
tough.
bait. That's bait.
That's bait.
Right? That's where you stop on the rooftop and you just murder everyone that goes down there. But I'll tell you what, Mike, we have a flow now that I think is really important to talk about.
Okay, tell them about the flow.
Okay. And I think we've learned a lot, and I think we've actually grown as players in the last couple of sessions because
Yeah.
it's the 3 of us. We usually have 3 of us, and we'll have a random come in as 4th.
Yes.
And we've learned to just follow that person. And in doing so, we're such a tight-knit squad that we are murdering every single encounter that we come across.
Which
Which is important because when we're all
Yeah.
4 together, we get bored and we don't communicate and we spread out. But because this kid can't hear us, we're sitting in his pocket.
Yeah.
And literally last night, every time I got into a gunfight with someone, One of my squad members was right there to
Shooting
gun
with
that
you.
person down.
And you know what it
So
is?
we survived. I
When
survived.
You're just forced to be a team. You
Well,
actually
no,
do well.
you know what it actually is,
Exactly.
Kevin?
It's the moosh.
So
It's
if
not.
both-
It's not the team.
No,
I'll
it's
tell you
the
what it
moosh.
is, Kevin. It's not the team.
It's the moosh.
It's having someone else lead that is way more aggressive than me.
Yes.
Right? Because I'm more of the cautious player because I'm not skilled enough to be that run and gun guy. So here's the deal. You have someone who is a true, he's wearing the Michael Myers skin. This kid's cracked out of his mind.
We got a guy wearing the Michael Myers skin, and that skin hasn't been hot in like 2 seasons, and we're like, this guy's a murderer.
We are
this
a
guy's
team
gonna kill
of
everyone.
3 people that can follow the lead, right? Can stick together. We can play as a team, but we need a leader that is willing to put the wheels on and just say, we're moving at all times. Don't be afraid. Because then
It's-
you get Mike as leader. It's like, we're going to hide in this bunker because I'm cautious.
It's the simplicity of a one-track mind.
Yeah.
Go.
Go.
Don't stop moving. You have no time to think.
Yep.
We head to the loadout. We get the loadout. We don't go near the loadout. Don't even think about the fucking loadout.
Mm-hmm.
Stick in my pocket. Don't say a word. Pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah.
And get as many kills as humanly possible. My average kill count in this game when I play with 4 people who I know is 2 to 4. Last night, 3 games in a row, 8 kills, 9 kills, 9 kills. Wild. Were 4 of them reindeer? Whatever. It doesn't
Yes.
fucking matter.
Yeah.
I got a lot of kills. I was putting shots on target, as they say. And it was a blast.
And it was a blast.
And, I
And
was
you know
sweat.
what?
I haven't sweat that hard since last time we played with Mark Smalls and Smants.
Whoa,
Remember when they were
hold
like,
on
we're
for
getting
dear
30
life.
kills apiece or else I'm not going to be your friend anymore.
Yes.
I was like, shit, this is so hard.
That was the fun
I slept like a
part,
baby that night.
Is, Nick, you and I,
Yeah.
I can be a great assistant captain in that moment of, hey, just stick with the moosh.
Yep.
Where are you? Follow this kid, right? But we got to have a guy who's just like, don't worry, I'm running 1,000 miles an hour. You're going to follow me, and I'm going to kill every time. And
We got to have
I loved
a
it.
talented, aggressive, psychotic axe murderer be
Yes.
the tip of that sword. And that's what Nugget was last night, and that's what the Michael Myers mask guy was
And if
last
that's
night.
you, please hit me and Nick up. Call us at 555-721
Kevin,
Warzone.
put the number up on the screen. 555-721 Warzone.
We would love for you to carry us in the war zone. That would be fantastic. Please call us
It would be
anytime.
so cool if that was an actual number you guys set up.
That would be amazing. It somehow redirects to both of our phones at the same time.
Exactly.
And we can just talk to this guy.
Give us a call. Be that guy. Because here's the catch. That person doesn't talk.
They don't
Right? No one's
talk?
talking to us.
They're not
They just
communicating?
go and we follow.
And not only that, Mike, here's
Yeah.
the thing. Here's the other thing that's crazy. Is that they like we don't want to let them down. There's an insecure part of us that go, this guy's good.
yeah.
And if we keep up with him, maybe he'll play with us again. And none of them ever do. They
When
never fucking do.
when Cavianelli didn't go for the buyback fast enough to go get
That
get
guy
Rez, he
left the game.
It was so funny if we were
We
sitting
could
there.
have won that game. That guy just hung out for 1 second. But he had so little patience with Cam
Zero
last night.
patience.
He was just like, fuck you guys, I'm done.
He gave Cam exactly 120 seconds, and anything past that, he was going to leave. And I even said to Cam, I was like, you're going to have to buy this guy back. And Cam took Cam's credit. He's fighting for his
Cam was
life.
like, I'm going to buy
He's
the guy back. I'm
alone.
pinned down
Yeah, I'm trying
in
my
this
best,
corner.
Mike.
And he just started plating,
Yeah.
and the guy left the game.
He's
What a piece of shit.
I love that.
You gotta love the toxicity of Activision. You leave a game like Halo and they don't let you play for 4 days. You leave Call of Duty, they're like, we don't give a shit. We'll sell you some cocaine, you come right back in the next game.
So much fun.
So
Nick.
much fun.
And so, yeah, we're finding a better groove now of let's just drop trios into a quads. Let's let this kid
moosh.
lead us.
Let the moosh.
And even if they're a noob, we're still together following this person in
Yeah.
circles and see what
Lead
happens.
us not into temptation.
I love that.
As they
But what
used to
about
say.
ranked? Let's talk about ranked really quick. As we start to slow down, we'll have our final prediction, which is the big game of the year prediction for me and Nick here at the end of all this as we get ready for the real pre-show and the big live reacts with the whole games team here at Kinda Funny. But before this, you got the very awesome, super serious, not so serious Snowbike Mike and Nick Scarpino Game Awards pre-show.
Yes.
Let's talk about ranked.
Let's talk about rain, right?
Big map, Nick. Now
Don't love
we kind of switch gears of you and I. We want to follow the moosh. We want to go crazy. Can't do that in ranked.
Ranked?
Can't do that.
Let's take a step back. Okay. Let's take a step back to a better time.
Yeah.
An era where friendships
Let's
reign
talk about a better time. Yeah.
supreme. Okay.
3 best friends.
3 of the best friends
Working
life's
the
ever
triangle
seen.
defense.
Triangle defense.
Working the triangle defense.
Triangle
Top
defense.
of reactor. 3 guys all looking at different angles, communicating.
Right.
Working their best.
I want to talk to you about. I'm not even talking about Reactor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to the last time we really played rank, which was when the maps were I believe they were cycling through, and we had to play Fortune's Keep a lot.
Oh,
And our rotation always ended in that little tiny box on top of that bridge, on top of that like elevated bridge, basically, in the fort. Yeah, and it's me, and it's you, and it's Chris Anka.
I forgot about that, Nick. Damn.
And we are laying down in a box that's barely big enough for all of us to fit. And I'm looking this way, and Chris is looking that way too, because I can't hit for shit. And you're looking the other way. And people are, and the circle's coming in on us. It's the only elevated spot you have on the entire map of the circle. Everyone's rotating up to us.
Yeah.
We are murdering people while we are screaming. It is like the first fucking scene when they storm the beach in Normandy in Saving Private Ryan. It's chaos.
Yeah, chaos.
We're slaughtering people. We're losing people left and right. I'm going down. People are rezzing me. I'm plating, whatever. Those are the days where rank's at the best because it means something. We sat in that room for an hour one time. Remember? Because we're like, if we peek outside, someone might kill us. We'll lose rank. And then it's too much to buy back in. I love rank play. I can't wait to get back to more rank play with you.
I'm excited, Nick. Ranked play right now for me is different. It's a different vibe. We're not on the small map. We're not with Resurgence, which I think made it so fun with you, me, and Chris, of like, there is a little bit of less pressure now knowing that if Nick dies, he can come back. If I go and do the wrong thing, I'll come back. Now playing with Cam and Big Hammer, shout out to the twosome out there.
Cam and Ham?
Cam and Ham. Shout out, man. 2 eggs, 2 hams. So
damn, send us that up.
It was a tough time of like, if I die or they die, so perfect example, they die early.
Yeah.
Now it's Mike all by himself running across the map as far as he can go to try to buy them back. It's my nightmare.
Here's the deal. You're not going to get me back 100% for the big map.
Yeah.
Until that map starts with a V and ends with a Verdansk.
Is it true, Nick? Do you think you'll see Verdansk
Yeah, 100%.
here in 2025?
Not. Oh, in 2025, yeah.
In 2025,
sure.
do you think you and the boys will return to Verdansk?
You give me Verdansk back, and we get 100% of people who've ever played that game back in.
Chat?
You bring it back. You bring back Verdansk 1.0. I want the train. I want hospital drops. I don't want any of this. The environment's destroyed, or they're still building the stadium.
Yeah.
I want everything as it was the day one that it launched, and we're back. We're hot dropping for a month minimum.
Could be special.
Minimum.
Could be special. Thank you to the 3,000 people watching on YouTube right now and all of the best friends currently watching live on Twitch. It is great to have you here during the pre-show of our big kind of funny day. We got an awesome Game Awards coming up later on this afternoon/evening. We're going to be here all night long. We'll live react over to the big, of course, Game Awards, and then we'll have a very, you see it. You see it? What did Kebab say?
Only 47,000 people away from matching Ninja.
Shout out.
Hey, we're almost
We're
there.
at 4,600, okay?
You know what I mean? What has he done for us lately?
Where's Ninja been?
what has he done
You
for
know?
Nick lately?
You know, where's he been?
That's the question.
Where's
of the
Shroud
day.
been? You know what I
Let's
mean?
go up to the big board. Let's put out one final prediction before we start to slow things down. Because I believe, Kevin, if I'm tracking this right, the jabronis will come in here at 4 o'clock. Is that correct?
I think that's the
believe
vibe.
so,
I
yeah.
think that's the
blo-
vibe.
Okay, so
They
perfect.
might
So,
come in early.
well, we'll we'll
And
go
they'll
into
do the
like
real
a standby.
predictions. They'll go
Yeah.
through the predict. We're gonna have some fun for the pre-show.
Let's go to our predictions, though, Nick, because
Yes.
we've been going through it all, and I have 2 predictions that I want to end the show on.
Okay.
2 that really matter to you, Nick.
Okay.
Content Creator of the Year. Let's go to Content Creator of the Year because Nick Scarpino, we live reacted to, of course, QT Cinderella's
why do you put me here?
Streamer Awards.
Why do you put
And so
nothing
we
good
got-
can come
Well,
from me
you
talking
see
shit
this?
about other
You see
content
this?
creators?
You
What,
see this in front of us on the
dusty-ass
desk?
trophy that Greg earned 14
Greg
years
Miller
ago?
earned this award right here. It's evolved over the years, but this is Greg Award. This is
Wait,
Greg's
is one
award.
of them not real?
One of them is a VTuber. That's
Really? That's
yes.
cool.
That's
Nick,
where we're
you
at.
should have done the VTubing.
I told Mike that we're gonna VTube next year.
We VTubed.
Yeah, we're gonna
Remember
VTube.
that time when we VTubed? It was so much fun.
It was so much fun.
God, it was a great
So
time.
fun not
There's a
being on camera.
vibe that changes when you get to VTube.
It's true. It's very freeing actually.
freeing,
You,
very
who knows what
Bring it
you're
naked,
wearing?
no one knows.
You know
can
what?
be
Next
pantsless.
year's pre-show, let's VTube.
Oh, let's VTube.
That would be fun.
That sounds fun.
You know what I mean? Let's
Yes.
VTube this. Then
Let's
we
do
can
No, let's Muppet it.
Mana.
Muppet it.
Mike,
Content Creator of the Year, Nick.
I'm gonna give it to Usada Pecora,
Wow, the VTuber.
the VTuber. It's creative. It's creative, Mike, to have people love you and they don't even know what you look like or
I
how
love
you
that.
sound. I think that's great. All these other guys, congratulations, you grew a beard. Good for you. It's
got a
wasted
beard.
because who knows if Pecora has a beard or not?
What's
We
on
don't
the
know.
other side? We don't know, but it's up to our imagination to have fun.
Exactly. And that's what content creation is all about. It's not about two guys sitting at a desk for 2 hours talking about absolutely nothing. It's not about wasting your time while the other guys that are going to come on are actually going to talk about real shit.
Yeah.
Right? It's about
we did
creativity.
great. Mike, did you seriously react to the Streamer Awards? I will tell you that there is a Mike and Nick morning where we went down the entire Streamer Awards list, and
sure
Nick did his predictions for all of them. You can go catch that on YouTube.
How did that
a lot of
work out
fun
for me?
You know what? You hit big.
100%.
You hit big.
50% of the time.
And that's why it all comes down to this, Nick. Our final category to give our predictions on, Game of the Year 2024. We've reset the show. Nothing else matters. The people are going to Vegas to put their money down on your prediction right here. 6 games in the category. 1 will be nominated. 1 will be selected for 2024 Game of the Year for the Jeff Keighley's Awards.
Of course, this is tough.
It's a big one, Nick. Let's work through them. Tell me each one that you feel. Astrobot.
I'm incredibly excited about this.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, Mike, you got the right guy for this because out of all these games,
Yep.
you know, certain people in the office have played Final Fantasy VII. Certain people have played Metaphor. Certain people have played Astrobot.
Yes.
And certain people have played Black Myth Wukong. But no one's played all of them except for me.
Except for Nick.
Because I've played them through your eyes. I listen when you don't think that I'm listening.
Yep.
I'm watching you while you sleep.
The community,
Okay?
he's doing
I'm
that to you.
stealing your credit card information to buy skins in
You
Warzone.
can do that to me and I wouldn't even notice.
I don't need. I do. Mostly, I just steal Tim's credit card. So I'll tell you this: I have a lot of context for all these games.
I like this.
And there's one game that really, really, really sticks out to me.
Okay. Well, before you pick the one game, let's work through the 6.
Okay.
Tell me what you feel about each one.
I mean,
as you take a
Astrobot-
look, tell me about Astrobot. What do you see
Astrobot-
out of this little bot?
You gotta love Astrobot. You know,
Yeah.
of course, Astrobot's been around forever. One of the best bots.
He's an icon.
Iconic Sony character.
He's a bot.
Right. Love him. Downside to Astrobot, and the reason why I don't think Astrobot's going to be Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a shill for the Sony Corporation. Okay. How many DVD players, how many Blu-ray players could you possibly sell before you think to yourself, give back? Give back Astrobot. So you're off.
Do I really need to just be hit over the head with all of the great franchises you already have? I already know about them.
Get out of here.
Give me something
Create
new.
something new.
Astrobot out the way. Okay.
That's what gets us to full outro.
Full outro.
Okay. Too
Step
new.
up. Too new.
Okay. Not relying on old franchises is unfortunate because really you get to the middle of that game, it just falls apart.
A lot of people say poker, one of the oldest games in the book.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Not
Too
me.
new.
I'm a blackjack man now.
Too new.
Always split aces.
Yeah.
Black Myth Wukong.
Yes.
I'm going to say this right now. Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree. No one's played both those games because if they did, they'd know it's the exact same game.
Wow. Holy cow.
It's the craziest conspiracy that's ever been. You play both those games.
Yep.
Pound for you ever know when you play Pink Floyd's Dark of the Moon, the whole album, you start it with Wizard of Oz, it times up perfectly. These two games are exactly the same game. They just reskinned it and nobody noticed because you're all too busy eating your Toto's pizzas and not talking to each other and believing what the mainstream media tells you.
Okay.
Okay.
The final 2.
Final Fantasy Rebirth, we'll get to that in a second. Metaphor.
Okay.
Rafantasio.
Refantasio.
Exactly. Too hard to say.
Too hard to I agree, Nick.
You know?
I agree.
Here's what I don't like. I don't like when you put a colon in anything. I don't like it.
Why do you need a colon?
Why are you making me stop when I say your name?
Yeah.
Why are you implying a pause when I say your name?
Yeah.
Okay. So this year's Game of the Year is going to go to the one, the only.
Okay.
A game that, of course, relies on nothing else that came before it.
Oh,
a game
yeah.
that's in uncharted territory. A game that my best friend in the world, Tim Geddes, wouldn't shut up about.
So fresh, so new.
So new.
So new.
That when I saw it, I was like, I don't recognize any of these characters.
Who are these people?
It's so cool that you wrote a whole new story for my best friend Tim Geddes to understand and to love.
There's a new journey.
It's wild.
New mini games.
Where did they come up with these chocobo things?
They went to the beach?
Whoa.
What's a Moogle?
What about a Mako freakout?
Oh my God. Is that man having a Mako?
Is this guy having a Mako freakout?
What's the golden saucer? Is that a cool amusement park?
Shit.
Exactly.
Where did they, like literally?
Yeah.
Let's
yeah.
have a conversation about
Let's
it.
talk about it.
Where did they get the sheer creativity that went into this brand new game?
So creative, so
it's
new.
so cool and so fun to watch.
Open world.
Open
A
world.
lot of side activities to
oh,
do.
Dude's got the big sword.
Man, you
How
got
does he carry the sword?
you got to go talk to the one guy who's a robot, and then you go hold your controller up next to a rock, and it vibrates.
Ladies and gentlemen,
These are big things.
if I'm lying, I'm dying.
If he's lying, he's dying.
Congratulations to the team that made Final Fantasy of Square Enix. Thank you. I got Sonic in my brain. for
Yeah,
some reason.
yeah,
I went to
Square
the S and I couldn't paint Square. Squaresoft, congratulations. I'd like to present this Game of the Year award to you
Put
right
it up
now
for him.
for your wholly original game, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Why do they call it Rebirth, Mike?
Because you have to be rebirthed to play it. Your
Because
mind.
it's like going through the birthing canal again.
Love that. Love that.
As you, and it's crazy because you didn't beat the game. Obviously, you would know this. The final level is like coming out of your mother.
Wow.
That's
Oh,
wild.
wow. Okay.
It's wild.
Ladies and gentlemen, that has been your super serious, not so serious Game Awards pre-show with, of course, the one, the only Snowbike Mike and my best friend, Nick Scarpino. We took you on a journey over these past 2 hours to keep you entertained and keep you locked in here on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames and, of course, on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, where you get a full day of content from Games Daily in to our live Game Awards reaction and post-show. But, of course, the pre-show has been Mike and Nick going through, predicting some winners. Of course,
Mostly
talking-
losers. I'm being
Wow.
real.
Don't forget about the losers here. Balatro, too new, too fresh.
What are you doing?
Okay.
What are you, Tweety?
We don't want to call out Balatro like that.
I also want to. I do want to call out.
We want to call some people
I
out.
want to call some people out.
Okay, let's call
because some people
out.
are big timing me in the chat right now.
Wow, how dare they?
Okay, but what they don't realize is by big timing me, they're big timing themselves. I said SquareSoft. Fun little joke I threw out there.
Okay.
And everyone's like, "Oh, Nick's showing his age. SquareSoft. He's so old. SquareSoft. I can't believe he remembered the term SquareSoft." Well, guess what? If you're typing SquareSoft in there, you remember it too, you old ass sons of bitches.
Got him. You're old.
You're old. Don't big time me. You're big time yourself. When you're pointing a finger, three are pointing back at you. And one's pointing up to God. He sees you. He sees what you're doing at night.
We've had some great super chatters from Stephen S., who says, "Hey, team, big fan. Follow you guys daily." Thank you, Stephen S. Thank you to High Ground. Thank you to William, who says, "Shout out to the best boys at Kind of Funny. Nick, your hair looks incredible
Thank
each and
you.
every day."
I'm having a great time.
Sully Bear says, "I'm so happy I didn't miss the pre-show." You're here to pre.
We're
We're
preying
here
all
to
over the
give it to
place.
you. We're here to give it to you. And Nick, that's been a really fun time together. Of course, we've looked at it. We talked about the Muppets.
Mana.
We brought back Chick Hydro Man. Jeff, get that bag. Bring back the Hydrobot.
I bet the Hydrobot someplace, or not the Hydrobot, the Hydrobot.
Yeah, the
Chick Hydrobot is in a bag somewhere.
How do we get a hold of the Hydrobot?
Who do we got to contact over at Mr. Schick's house to get that Hydrobot in here right now?
Dear Schick and the Hydrobot family, I will be the Hydrobot for the next 5 Halloweens and go out in public, walk the streets of San Francisco if you send me the Schick Hydrobot costume. I will literally walk down the streets, go to bars, go out in public as the bot if you send it to me. So there you
Schick,
go.
we'll do that for free.
That's free publicity
This
I'm
is
willing to
free
do
publicity.
for the suit. Send it to me.
Exactly.
I hope we get a box 2 weeks from now. That would be
Unbelievable.
incredible.
That'd be so fun.
That would be so dope. Can we get a look at the bot one more time, Kevin? Because I know you got the bot out there.
Pull the bot up.
Yeah, I know you.
Pull the
I
bot
know
up
you were
one more
prepping
time.
the bot.
I need the bot.
Show the people the bot one more time, okay? Show the people the bot one more time.
Yeah.
Sorry, I need a second. I gotta find that.
He was pressing buttons. I thought he was bringing up the bot.
I thought he was too.
Yeah, but he's gonna bring it up right now. We're gonna bring up the
You
bot.
gotta fill time. You gotta fill time.
Of course,
Talk amongst
we
each
went
other.
through nicknames. You learned about Sonic.
We sure did.
Three movies.
I learned a couple things
3 movies.
about Sonic. I loved it. I had a fun time doing that.
Yeah.
I also learned just a lot about Blessing every time I get to do content with him, which is usually about once every 2 months.
It's nice. It's nice
So
when
it's
you
pretty
two
cool.
come together. It's two very talented, funny, creative individuals, and when we can put you both in a room, things really exciting happen.
It's very exciting. I mean, we're very eye to eye. We see eye to eye on a lot of things.
Look at
This
this.
suit's amazing. How long do you think it takes to get in and out of that suit?
A lot of time. A lot of time.
It's a lot of Velcro.
A lot of time to get into the suits.
What's amazing is they've got the hydraulic things at the front of it.
Yeah.
And as he moves his head, they go up and down. It's so good.
The bot,
it's so well
the
done.
head moves, the fingers move as well. Watch his hands. Watch his hands move now.
Yeah.
He can grip a pint of beer if he needed to. You know what I mean? And so that's why
This is impressive. Look at it up.
I told you they
Hey.
move. They move. Look at it. The Hydro Bot. He says, hey.
Bot.
I think they gave away free razors to everybody in the crowd.
Oh man, that's great.
You know what I mean?
That's
Everyone, when they left, here's a shaving kit. Enjoy.
That's what you should be throwing at the crowd. Razors.
Chuck 'em
Take your
out
life
there.
in your hands. Get excited. Get your blood pressure up. Here we go.
Kind of funny audience. Thank you so much for tuning in to your super serious, not so serious Snowbike Mike and Nick Scarpino pre Game Awards show. We had a whole lot of fun. I had a blast with you, Nick.
Mike, you brought the energy today, and I
You're the
appreciate
best.
you so much. And
And
thank
you
you
look
all
so good.
out there for preing with us. We
Yeah.
appreciate you guys.
Jesus Christ.
appreciate
Love
you
that.
very much. And of course, the real crew will be in here in just a moment to talk real serious video games. And I'm sure not drink any of this Maker's Mark that's on the table.
Let's take a bet right now. Let's
Yeah.
take a bet. Before we go, final bet.
Yeah.
How many shots are actually taken out of this bottle?
I think Greg.
Starting now.
I think Greg takes 5 pulls off this today.
5 pulls he takes?
Yeah.
I bet you that gets touched 2 times with 0 pulls out of it the rest of the day.
Really?
Yeah, nobody's touching that.
All right, pizza bet.
Let's do it. Pizza bet. Ladies and gentlemen, that's your pre-show. We'll catch you here. Don't forget, if you're watching live on Twitch, the show will continue. You'll get put over to the intro. And, of course, if you're watching on YouTube, we're going to go live in just a little bit with the pre-show for the actual live reactions. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in just a couple moments. Goodbye.
Bye.